Yeah, that's the real storyline here as well. UW-Madison, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. I think that we could take a look at the rosters here quickly. MSU taking on UW-Madison to kick things off. And we all know MSU and University of Wisconsin-Madison quite well. We've seen them multiple times on stream. I mean, MSU specifically, you mentioned them as the reigning runner-ups, and that kind of stings true to the
Yeah.
fact that they came second place in that Prize Picks October Classic just a couple weeks ago. So they lost to Davenport University. It was an excellent series. They couldn't come out on top, but the fact that they do get that second place quite a bit, I think they're going to be very hungry for this win tonight to get a chance at some revenge versus Davenport. I will say that one of the strengths and one of the good signs here for Michigan State is that they're a relatively decent map pool, at least in some of the matches that they played. Vertigo's in their pocket, overpasses in their pocket, obviously, with what they pick. They kind of edge themselves towards multiple different maps, which is very useful in terms of trying to make sure that an underdog team can't pull off an upset such as University of Wisconsin. They're making sure that even if it is just a one map, or at least on their ESEA league team, that they're playing a variety of maps, and that shows that they're comfortable picking into whatever they need to try and pull off victories.
Alrighty, after that short break, we're just about ready to get map number one underway here. It is a battle for who can take on Davenport in that conference championship. MSU, they want it, and well, they've been there before, but Wisconsin, plucky underdogs, I think, is the story that I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's exactly the case here for these two teams. Wisconsin's looking to try and pull off an upset defeat over MSU, and it certainly would be upsetting for them if they couldn't get their chance at revenge versus Davenport University. I know there's a lot of back and forth between those two teams, being it that they're both from Michigan. But Davenport really have asserted their dominance over them, so now MSU a chance to fight back, but still a tough opponent to take down here. And look at this setup again, triple con. This has been quite common in collegiate here, and it looks like they're gonna meet in the middle.
He's going to make the first of these shots, and he's going to miss that one. It's actually Eddie and EHN who get the kills. Fantastic stuff is pushed back up in towards the area, but they're met with MSU players, two of them in fact, and I have to try and recover that bomb. Or actually, I say that Aaron already has that on his back. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Butter taking one down. Trev left all alone.
What you could do here, Trev, taking some pop shots and a chance, not quite. If Wavy could have gone down there, an opportunity to plant over towards the A-bomb site could have came through, but not meant to be. University of Wisconsin, pick up that first pistol round and look nice and clean doing so with that connector stack. A lot of times that can go very wrong quickly if the shots don't go your way, but off to a fiery start here are the underdogs.
Quick and easy. And you're right, that triple con setup has been sort of a consistent look on overpass, and I don't think it's been all that effective, all things considered. But that time it was. I don't know if it's fair to say for like the first time, but it certainly has been a rarity. Nonetheless, there's the opening frag. They're butter. They take Aiden down with ease and start things out well for Wisconsin.
There he goes, well, holding off swords long. Good for the quick headshot on a Trev. He hits the dirt fast, and I got ourselves into a 3v5 at the moment. Mark Cross around the corner here. Easy as you like there. They're cleaning through these force buys with quick fashion there. Another chance. Sam good going for two, but pressured. Top shot, or rather scout shot, I should say, is not connecting. Oh my god, plenty of opportunities, though. Around the tree, that's tricky. Eventually, we'll nail the head onto Zamga. But it is only one kill so far, and that's a bit worrisome. You want to do damage or get bomb plant one of these rounds, and well, I guess there's 2 kills delivered. Blade able to find one as well with the scout, but shouldn't be too much else you can gather with this low HP.
Yeah, maybe a little bit overzealous from Wavy and Zamka there, but nonetheless, yeah, MSU. Another kill here would be pretty nice, all things considered. It does have head armor displayed, so there's technically a possibility, but you can see the setup here towards A is quite strong. Eddie's going to be the first one to find the connection. 39 HP and an MP9 on the other side. Really not ideal type of battle to be taking. Wisconsin by 2 here as the eco round goes their way.
Yeah, nicely done from them. It's a rather clean round. They still forced a couple of reinvestments towards the tail end there for Michigan State University, but another little bit of investment coming through. They're actually not too keen on giving this one up early on. I think that you definitely feel that Michigan State University, they're coming into this a bit confident. Interesting buy here at the moment.
Yeah, the dualies, this on round 3 feel a little bit questionable. You know, like
Right, you're
listen,
not chewing through any armor here.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thought. I'm glad we're on the same page, Cole.
Oh my
nasty.
God, Aiden, what a shot right there. Sends one down. I'm starting to believe a little bit more there after a shot like that. You might not even require the dualies. A jump spot comes through. Eddie Comet gets some information, but still, I mean, you don't want to keep going for things like that after you've seen what they've done to your teammate.
No gun recovered, so that's at least, you know, small victories for MSU, or rather for Wisconsin. MSU looking to do one boost of their own. See if they get punished in the same way. Eddie looking to maybe deny, but Aiden, another one. Feed him more. As the push now comes in. It is going to be one there for EHN. He gets the spray down as well. Double for him, and Wavy involved, but is fantastic damage done, and Blade is looking for one more with the P250.
Got some armor to back this one up as well. Unfortunately, he doesn't have bomb. 30 seconds left on the clock. Samgood's going to hit the dirt here shortly. Surely not. Surely not. What is happening? Oh my God. Sam got Blade. That is a little too much trolling right there. Unbelievable. Oh, what's going on there? Sad face in chat. Of course you are a little bit upset for that one. As the AKs do come out, MSU. They're down 3-0. They need to find a way to bounce back.
Honestly, I don't hate the decision to knife there. I think it's the right call. It's an eco round. That's
Fair.
certainly a way to build eco. Doesn't work out, but I'll give it the give it the old college try.
I'd prefer to wait for a backstab, but I think he got a little bit nervous that Zamgo was peeking over. That's a lot of volley damage, though, in this early water fight. Are they going to go through the smoke and under him? Flash dodged out, and there's early headshots. Butters delivers one. Counter flashes in as well. Actually, it's a team flash. And Mark Boss lining up Blade there. It's an early great start here for Wisconsin on their map pick. Make it even better.
That was a bit of an interesting kind of back and forth because, well, Wisconsin probably should have gone down, but it was, like you said, a bit of a team flash and an additional flashbang over the top, I believe, from the Wisconsin side that kind of bailed them out. And now it's 2 versus 5. Trying to connect these shots. It's a little bit dicey on the spray, but does eventually get the frag. Jamga going down, but he just had an MP9, so it's really not that big a deal.
If they go back towards the A-bomb site, they're walking into the high HP player of Wavy here, so nice shots are going to be required. That's a nice gap health. Wavy able to deliver the finishing blow there. 3 kills in the round, and it looks easy for Wisconsin at the moment. Michigan State a little bit slow to start in this one so far.
Just a wee tad. And, well, I mean, you got to say, this is not the start that MSU were looking for. And look at their buy. It's pretty bad. I mean, I say bad. Maybe that's a little harsh. They got a couple AKs, but where's the utility call? It's just nowhere to be found.
Very bizarre. They're going for a bit of a risk here. Again, I think you can see that there's a bit of confidence in Michigan State University's pocket. They got to respect their opponents. You can't keep going for buys like this with lacking utility here. Wavy playing around the smoke, trying to look for some easy picks. They're looping around him. Instead, they're going in towards connector, looking for that early water control, and it certainly causes a bit of rotations on the defense. You can see they're kind of slowly working their way towards the A side of things.
They kind of have to play slow here and check all these corners. Look, there ain't nothing left. That Molotov, that's one of 4 grenades left in their pockets. Here for Samga. Wavy sort of between a rock and a hard place. He's actually going to re-aggress and find a headshot. Poor Aiden didn't know it hit him, but Butter on the re-aggression, able to find Blade and get the trade. 4v3.
And we're holding down the line here towards Lawrence. It's an easy pick for him. Yep, clean as you like there on the Mark Boss. Butter peeks out as well. That's a missed chance onto Aaron's Fury. And he walks away from the molly. Zamba playing with fire as well. He's going to take a couple of pop shots from Dice. He's got a P250 out here. Knows that one's low HP. Still, Trev Boss, he's got plenty of HP to work off of here as they look to work their way into rotation. Rotations have arrived as well. All three players standing in rotation, and EHN just drops Trev so easy. 1 HP left on Aaron's Fury, and it's a 5-0 start, seemingly.
Yeah, I mean, one health. This would be outrageous. I mean, if he somehow found a way to kill all three players there in one crazy spray transfer, you know, hats off, and I'll eat my words, but not to be. Wisconsin, yeah, 5-0, and just as a reminder, you know, this is not a Wisconsin pick. This is a MSU pick, and another sort of half investment here, I guess. Well, I mean, I was gonna say, I guess you can do this considering the loss bonus, but with $1,000 in the bank, I think it's gonna be kind of close for Aiden if there's no bomb plant.
Yeah, I mean, he'll end this round with 4,400 in his back pocket, so it'll be pretty decent. Definitely going to need to get some good use out of that if he's willing to invest that much into this round. You want to see something start to work here for MSU. Walking into this one probably thinking that it was going to be pretty easy, but not quite fully prepared. And Blade straight through the wall. Butters traces him. And no issues there. That's a free pick there. Free 4v5, and exactly what University of Wisconsin are wanting to continue their dominance.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I think MSU probably feeling like this was gonna be that, you know, quick and easy look. And in all fairness, we're only 5 rounds in.
True.
That could still happen. But there's certainly a start that they would not have been anticipating. And on top of that, Wisconsin in good position. That flashbang, great job, and it allows for EHN to find all the information. Okay, there's nobody here in water. Now rotations can start to come in towards A, and, well, at least one of those is going to be doing just that.
Yeah, Wisconsin giving them the works right now in terms of the information. You don't really want to walk into Zamka's op as your last opportunity here. With lacking players, the wall is going to reveal his position somewhat. They know there's the opera on A. Follow-up Molly as well. 20 seconds left on the clock. They're forced to run through it. That's a nice 1D here. Zamka misses his op shot, and they can close the distance quickly. He has to fight his way out with the Tech 9, and he's taking some shots left and right, but he goes down as well. This could be a huge catalyst in terms of getting back into this wave. But look for the bomb plant here. He's missed his spray. It's a 2v2 now. EHN is looking to bail him out of the situation. Aaron's Fury playing the wall. He finds the first. Eddie Comet, 1 HP left on top of the box here. Eddie Comet's going to see him soon if he's not careful. Past the scope.
No!
Aaron's Fury's deagle is unbelievable.
One health in a dream, and he makes it work. Hey, everybody there, wake-up call for Wisconsin. Saying, hello, we're still here. Able to recover and get those weapons online up recovered as well. Aaron's Fury. Big clutch there. 1v2. And, you know, there's a couple of big mistakes that come through. Wavy number 1, giving away so much on that long push. Needed to be a bit more patient, I think. And then the second part of that is no need to take out the Tech 9 so fast.
What's going on here? They did a little bit of a water crunch right there from Connector, and Zamka just picks up 2 free kills. I was going to talk about the opportunity now for MSU to bounce back into this game off of the Eco round victory, rather half by, it's more accurate, but a 5v3 in the Eco round. We'll see if they can convert it into the gun round here, but they're not happy with the current map control. Wisconsin continue to press the issue. Oh, but that's a huge answer. Zamka hits the dirt, and again, we talked about how big of a player this guy is for the side of University of Wisconsin. They're going to head in towards the A site, and there's one to meet him.
Yeah, but if Butter could find one kill here, it would be good. Doesn't quite do that. MP9 now has to come up for Eddie, and it does. Eddie going to fall back, convert the advantage. As I'm saying that, it's taken out, blanked out. Now Wavy, the timing's perfect. The 2 players very much split. Aaron's Fury, though, with low health. Once again, this guy lives at low health, it feels, unfortunately, and this time it's not good enough.
Not quite here. Pauses are getting called here. You can see it's from the CT side, in fact. Surprisingly enough, after answer back there in a quick one, Wisconsin calling the timeout. You mentioned Zamka is a heavy hitter here, but it's a full team effort in this one. And especially being able to bounce back after a pretty rough round for the mental and losing a 5v3 half by. The fact that they can just find a quick response and get right back into the game is such a good sign here for Wisconsin in terms of trying to pick up an underdog defeat making sure that they get all the stops being pulled out for this round. They're going to be up against a good buy as well for MSU. They're going to get quite a bit of firepower, utility the same.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem here for Wisconsin. MSU, they've pretty much got better buy, than Wisconsin does, despite the score being 6-1. And on top of that, they can, answer back if they do find a round here. We're talking a very impactful round economically speaking.
Oof.
Oh man, that's brutal, and that's even worse.
This time a bit more prepped for that connector crunch right there was Blade. He wasn't going to go down to it twice, and that's a good sign of the adjustments that can be made here from MSU. A push to the smoke, that's vicious, but it delivers one. Can't find the low HP player of EHN. Somehow walks out of that one alive, and probably shouldn't have. No big deal. They still have a big advantage here for MSU. Workable, especially if they head back in towards A. The issue being it's a Zamga, of course, and we know his potential.
Samka's going to have to try and manufacture 1v1s, and there's the first, but Aiden stands so tall, able to connect the shot. This is over. Wisconsin, really no chance back into this one. With low HP on EHN and Butter, well, far away, it's going to have to be the save.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to call this one curtains and bring what little you can into this next round. I mean, those will be the only 2 rifles they'll be able to hold on to. Oh, we'll see if they can even bring those under. Mark Boss not expecting one. That's going to be information revealed here. And Aaron Sphere is going to lock him in position. We'll see if he can find the kill here. Tough angle. Oh, spotted the barrel. EHN goes down, and Butter, the only rifle standing. How much do they want to hunt them down? Because I see Trev Boss moving quickly. Uh-oh.
Economy's not great for MSU. Kills here.
Ooh.
Wow.
The ladder.
I mean, I don't even call that Butter's fault. That's just
Unlucky.
Yeah, but unlucky. That's for sure. Like, gun's not supposed to work that way, but hey, it's Counter-Strike, and sometimes random things happen.
Really blessed right there. As they're gonna go for another investment. Going for enforced by the University of Wisconsin, trying to maintain a healthy lead here in this matchup. You can't blame them. They've really felt like they had him against the wall in the early stages, so they want to keep him there. But this can allow for MSU to get right back into things if this one doesn't go right. They're going to go for some A-side aggression up against the Krieg, and it's just chewing right through them. No luck for EHN. And Eddie Comet not walking away too happy either.
Little tag down. Though in fairness, Wisconsin kind of were forced to buy here. Zamga with a nice shot. Aaron's Fury's gone. The good news is he can't be caught in a 1vx situation with no health, so he's probably loving it. 4v4.
Go back in towards B here. Butter might be able to be seen if they check their angles clear. I mean, that won't even be required. Blade just hard clears the right side of Monster right there. And so that's another round where you can just call it quits. If you are the CT side, you can walk away with a FAMAS and a Krieg for Eddie Comet. They're doing a bit of hunting. Maybe try to get Wavy a weapon in the mix there as well, because they're sticking about towards an exit position for MSU, and it will fall off a little bit further here.
Honestly, I wouldn't have been too disappointed to see like a crossfire setup or something, but
Uh-oh, Trev Boss. You don't want to give that one up here. It's a 1 pistol player alive around the corner. That's a free AK delivered. 2-day shipped straight to Wavy's house. Oh, wow. I mean, still, they're so very bold on these hunts, but it's not like MSU. They have much money to them.
I mean, they have a little bit now, but yeah, every kill just kind of eats away at that little bit that they do have. So 2 players surviving, that does mean that, look, Trev, $0.
Oof.
Aaron, down to 2K. Blade has less than 1,000. Mark is at 1,400. It's not fantastic, to say the least.
Yeah, not bad at all, though, for University of Wisconsin. You know, you don't walk away with a round of victory, but what you do walk away is with a Krieg and an AK and a save from Moss here, so it's going to net them another chance at a buy-up here and a pretty decent rifle round MP9 mixed into place as well. Got a lot of presence towards connector. This has been a rather consistent thing here for the University of Wisconsin. Wavy's going to meet the first fight.
Said it hasn't been that successful. As I'm saying, that in does connect. That Craig you were talking about does get success. EHN now left alone. It would have been preferable for him to find one. Now nothing left to do. And I was gonna say we didn't get a chance to discuss it, but I understand that Wisconsin probably felt that they were forced to buy with how good of weaponry they had and how much additional money that they had. But I think it could have been a good idea to just save that last round and play around the upgraded weapons, try to do additional damage, because you've already done a good job of keeping MSU's economy in reason. And now you're stuck with another, pistol round, essentially, that you really didn't have to have.
Yeah, you could have used the FAMAS, AK, and Krieg that you had in that previous round and just, had a lot of money in reserves, get a great buy round here. So 2 opportunities instead of 1 is pretty much what they limited themselves to. Blade very aggressive posturing towards the catwalk, is going to clean the head off of EHN, not even expecting him to be in that position. One more around the pillar spotted now. Blade careful with the angles he's going to take, making sure he doesn't go down. They give him an easy trade. Is that another headshot delivered? Eddie Comet goes down as well. A flank's coming through, and Butters will catch him in the back turned. Oh no, he's going to commit towards the B-bomb. Say, oh, this could be the worst timings. Oh wow, this is over intense. Okay, no, he will go down. Surely not. Butter whiffs the CZ spray.
And that's just unfortunate. CZ, it's so hard, and honestly, you get into that position with the CZ where you're like, I can't spray, I can't tap, this gun doesn't tap. So what do you do? And that's what happens. But nonetheless, a kill here would be nice, but look at how low everyone is. Just tags but no frags. And it's MSU bags 5. Very good indeed, but here's the double up. This is something that we see often. This is, oh, what a bad timing for this double up. As I say that, EHN gonna win that duel, pushes back in here. Butter gonna get the victory. Looks for more. Quick scope is there. Butter doing work, and Eddie has the backup. It's all gone down. It's Mark left alive. 1 versus 4. He's got 1. Flash going out, trying for more, but there's 1 AWP on his back, and 2 players coming back in from the left side here. And, oh, nasty stuff here, Wisconsin. They are in position just to continue this. Only 1 player that's defined, and, oh, a shot there. It's a bit dicey, but probably shouldn't matter, and it doesn't.
Good, clean hold there on the B-bomb sit was exactly what the University of Wisconsin ordered. They needed a sight hold, and they needed it fast. Otherwise, it could have been a tied scoreline. MSU would have been right back to normalcy in terms of kind of submitting themselves as the favored team in this matchup. But, for the first time, we're going to see an op on that T side answered back here. MSU handed that one over to Mark Boss. Sometimes Aaron's Fury likes to pick that one up, but this time Mark's Boss, he's going to wield that weapon and maybe go for some aggressive picks here. But again, it looks like a B-rush.
I don't know if this is the call, but certainly was very fast. He was the first frag. Travis really snuck his way in.
Hello.
Butter waiting, playing patiently. He's only good for 1. Aaron Fury able to trade, and now it's all about timings. It's 3v3, off for both sides. Amga trying to throw a Molotov out, and the bomb, it's not down.
He's got to be careful. If he pushes out a graffiti, he's dead to rights. Every angle needs to be cleared, although, oh, the Molly thrown towards Catwalk. That's going to reveal Trev Boss's position. That's so very bold. He comes out, head in the water right there. Such a prime position to try and help out his teammates, but a Molly for sight once again. Mark Boss up against the pillar, didn't even realize because he was so blind. A setup from Zamga delivered off the flashbang there, and now it's up to the Kree. Garen's Fury with 1, needs to deliver 2 more. They've got a decent crossfire here. Going to drop down towards the pit. No, he's going to play it a little bit slower and try and cut the noise. Make sure that his position's unknown.
I like that play. It was dangerous to get into that position, but the thing is, Zamga was sort of unknown forever there. I don't think that MSU ever realized that the molly that killed Aaron, or I don't know who it was on the site. It might have been Mark. Either way, whoever was on the site trying to get that plant got killed by Zamga's molly, but they didn't realize where it came from. They just assumed it was heaven or from the lower entry to the site. So, but that Wisconsin get away with one. Off the back of that, no op this time for Wisconsin, but MSU, they don't have any money to buy back in. They've got to save. Now, granted, this save is a pretty decent one. They've got some armor and all upgraded weapons. These Tech 9s, or newly appointed Rec 9s, once again, are looking good.
Ooh, a little glimmers shown to Wavy. Nothing connected here. Same goes. Same with fire. Ooh, the smoke. Oh my god, he's missed his opportunity. There's some help delivered from Wavy, but it's an AK in the hands of the attacking side. Wavy gets sidelined as well. The Deagles, they cannot do it again here. That would be 2 ecos in the first half for Wisconsin. Butter, though, posted up in the close left angle. Gets a freebie on the Mark Boss trying to lurk out towards long. And it's still even 3v3 with very low HP on the blade as well. Still winning positions here after the recovery's been found from Zamga and Butter. But plenty of time to maneuver if you're MSU. You have a world of opportunity. You can go wherever you want. It's less so now. EHN will find Aiden and make things a lot harder.
Yeah, that was a bit of a giveaway, I think. You needed to play together, needed to group if you're MSU. Now, Wisconsin pretty much poised to pick up this round. Find that first one, and nice adjustment there by Butter. I'm totally okay with MSU just handing away this bomb plant because they already had the money. That MSU, they were already going to get a big buy. That bomb plant, it's well worth the save or at least not losing any further players.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's no issues there. And given that one up, they would have had pretty much max loss bonus, if not max loss bonus. So great buys would have come through. And this time we're seeing Aaron's Fury wield the AWP in this round. So they're going to try and bring that one into this round here versus the double op of University of Wisconsin. That's going to go for another B rush, so that's probably not the best idea because that's kind of what put them in a rough spot after a great string of rounds for MSU.
You see that boost, I think, coming up? Yeah, there it is. Blade he was looking that direction, but unfortunately he didn't have his gun out. Can't be swinging without your gun, Blade.
Goes well from Zamga. Held. That's clean. Trebos going down. Making it into a 3v5 already. Such good positioning being held from Wisconsin. They got a great read, but Aiden takes the head off. And there's 2 immediate answers. Equalized now. With the op and the AK, there's still Zamga holding about towards the A bomb site. You know how lethal he can be. He's got so many different angles to cover. And lacking a bit of control over towards the A side of things here. Rather, the B side of things. My apologies. Is going to leave that solo player in Zamga. Hanging around towards this A bomb site with limited knowledge of where this key executes coming through.
But if there's anyone to do it, it's Zamga, and with the op as well. Has one smoke, has an HE. That noise. This rotation's coming in. No denial for the plant, but the frag on the planter. Nobody really in position. That smoke grenade makes it even more difficult as the HN comes back from behind and dispatches Aaron. Aiden all alone, and everyone's won their gunfight. Really a bit dicey if you think about it from Wisconsin. They all kind of took individual duels, but it was still very solid.
That was a really good half right there from University of Wisconsin. I mean, it was a lot of individual fights, yeah, but it really worked out well for them. They were able to kind of abuse MSU and their confidence as well. Keeping a nice stranglehold on that economy, never allowing them to run away with a lead here. And now they're walking into the second half with a 10-5 scoreline.
I think the other thing to add there is the fact that Wisconsin lost in the eco round, and this is still 10-5, is really kind of expletive of how good a half that was.
It's very hard to maintain a scoreline like that when you lose a 3v5 eco, surely. Will they be able to walk away with the victory, though? That's the real question. It's going to be a B rush here. They're executing in. Wisconsin, they seem like they're ready for the stab. They're not ready for Mark Boss. He peeks over bottom of the barrels. It's 2v2 with presence all throughout the map. The rotates are quick, and MSU are putting a nice and quick capsule on this one. Man, Trev Boss and Aaron's Fury locked that one down. What a clean run from Trev Boss, though.
Yeah, this rotations came in lightning fast, didn't they? In towards the B side, and that's what really, Wisconsin, they were okay on that first phase, but there was no like time between phase 1 and phase 2 to sort of get the bomb down or stabilize or do anything at all for that matter. And MSU caught them off guard. Wisconsin now forced into this second round. HG going forward doesn't do anything. I think it got caught on a bit of a wall there, so unfortunate. But nonetheless, these pistols can be deadly.
We'll see if they ever give him the space. Right now, it's a pretty passive default. Being held from Wisconsin towards the A side of things. Trying to bait out some aggressive moves. See how much MSU expect a force buy in this round. A lot of times when you don't get a bomb plant, you're expecting a full eco, and so far no shots have been revealed here. Aaron's Fury is going to see a whole lot. Shadows get shown around the corner. He's going for the peaks, but they're already put bastards here. He's got to fight his way out of the situation. He delivers nothing. Aiden's last alive, and he finds 2. Rotates have come through in Mark Boss. Kill with the Tech 9, making a double. Last bullet in the chamber. He's able to find a second. Flanks are coming through. There is Trev Boss on the rotation as well, and so it was always going to be an MSU round, but 3 kills isn't too bad.
Well, you say that, but it was a force buy. And if you're force buying, I have to think the goal is not economic damage, but but it's winning the round. And that's far from what happened. So yeah, better than just getting sprayed down and mowed down for free. But MSU, I think they did a pretty reasonable job there, all things considered. This is a full eco. Only got a couple of pistols, P50. Eden, first frag, and Mark doing a great job on the follow-up.
Big deliveries here. Even the Nova showing its name in the feed, and the touchdown grenade to finish things off there. MSU close the distance to 8, and CT side, the defensive setups from this team is what we really look forward to. Money front op is possible here, but I don't... Okay, they do go for it. They are going to throw that one over to Aaron's Fury. Op it on that CT side. Exactly what you want to see. Get him activated early, especially on a map like Overpass. It's almost necessary, I would say, to bring an op into a round like this, as critical as it can be. This could be tied scorelines if MSU deny a plant and keep that economy low of Wisconsin.
No doubt whatsoever. That push. Oh, so much damage. Follow up as well. Mark with 2. He's got the 3rd with the help of Blade. Zamga and Butter do trade, but it's all under Butter now. 1v3. Aiden in position to deny. And MSU, that was the first gun round. And off the back of it, they have essentially brought this in towards a tied score.
Oh man, if Mark Boss only knew how close he was to just spraying 4 people down. If his crosshair was a little more towards the right, maybe if he had an A4. Oh, that would have been such a clean round. They do drop a bit of weaponry here. They're keeping the money honest, and they go for a bit of an investment here. It's disjointed, though, you can see. Butter, only one to fully buy down to 0 at the moment. And that will cause for concerns in the coming rounds if there's no bomb plant. You won't be able to bring a full gun round, a full investment. You'll be probably on Galil's here, but a fast connector move, and Aiden caught no caught off guard. It's a 1-for-1 trade.
Alright, needs to do better than that. No, he's done it! 2-for-1, that's the collateral. Aaron's Fury. And if I was Wisconsin, I would be furious.
Oh, man. That's such a clean shot right there from Aaron's Fury. I mean, if he goes down, he's pretty much given over. Such a good position for Wisconsin, but instead he takes 2 heads off, and not even the head of the low HP player, Butter. He takes fully HP members there. That's huge. So much impact from him as they look to kind of desperately hit B through the monster tunnels. One posted up towards the barrel. I mean, they're giving him the fights here, essentially. Trev Boss flashed off the line. 1 low HP bar should be good for 1.
He does just that. Eddie actually got the follow-up. Looking for the op player who rotates in. But That nade was going to be on point, and if it wasn't for the nade, this is Aaron with the third kill with the AWP in the round. 10-10. MSU, they've confirmed this comeback. And Wisconsin, they're kind of flailing at this point. Now, granted, they've kept the economy reasonable, but they kind of have to start winning rounds. At this point, you're about to lose the lead. I mean, in fairness, you don't have the lead anymore, but about to allow for MSU to pick up the lead, and that's definitely not what you want to see.
Yeah, this could be prime opportunity for MSU to lock this one down, like we kind of expected here. Butter. No man's land flashbang setup. Okay, good for the first kill. Fully blind. There's a couple people posted up towards playground. Watching for that. Aiden turns around from the flashbang, but not good for the adjustment in time. And he will go down. That'll give him a man advantage for University of Wisconsin. A lot of footsteps being heard. EHN being loud about his presence in connector is going to trigger some op attention towards his direction. But with a minute 10 and 3 players only alive on the map for MSU, there's so much opportunities to create gaps in the defense, and B is certainly a wide gap, being that there's only one defender.
Yeah, and well, Wisconsin have applied pressure on pretty much every area of the map as well. With that victory now, it's a wide open B site. MSU, honestly, I would not hate a save call. It looks to me they might be heading in for this one. This is certainly an aggressive decision. And you can see that, I mean, the money's not great. Maybe Aaron gonna just try for 1 or 2 and then fall back. I'm not sure. Either way, Blade getting tagged up a little bit. And at this point, he looks like he might want to get out. But no, let's stay in. Such an aggressive decision here from MSU.
You gotta get out of there if you're Aaron's Fury. Gotta get out of there. 1v4 on the B bomb site retake with such prime post plants for Wisconsin. No chance in this world. Yeah.
Just not the weaponry you need to 1v4 with. Put it that way.
Well, I believe we saw a voltage 1v4 way back when. I will never forget, but you know.
Well, I mean, we did.
It is voltage.
Was it Mark who hit the collateral ace over on Vertigo last season?
No, I believe it was. Oh, Abdul though. I'm not even sure if you're University of Wisconsin. You're thinking you did so much damage to triple boost.
Oh,
that is brilliant right there. That's a great way to give yourself a man advantage in this round. That's kind of hard to get across the line considering you're dealing with some Famosis Deagles and MP9s in the mix right there. That is such a cool setup from MSU.
And I love that they brought it out right this second, right? They haven't done that all game. And it's this round, this highly impactful round, this round for the lead going forward, that they pull it out. It's just so well timed.
Still a very strong defensive setup over towards A, and that's pretty much where Michigan State University have forced their hands, if you consider the map control here of the T side. No water control at all, so A is their only option, and there's a double setup. Op holding the long range angle, and M4 close by. This is exactly what you want. Aiden off angle here. It's to win the fight here. Gonna double down, not quite. EHN with a quick reaction and no support from Aaron's Fury. A risky peek around the corner here. Can they escape? Oh my god, missed connection. That gives them a great opportunity. Wisconsin can fight back, but there's only 30 seconds left on the clock at the moment.
And they're so spread. Look at how far away some of these players are. This is going to be a push in towards B, but there's only going to be 2 players here initially. There goes the push. 2v2 on the site. Mark looking for the shot. Wavy actually has Blade down already. So now Mark's all alone, and he's tagged heavily, but that's the op that's gone through. Has to plant the bomb, but that's not going to happen. What has gone down? Maybe a bit premature. There was 8 seconds on the clock. He could have waited on that bomb plant for just a few seconds more to try and find that kill.
Oh my god, also could have waited, a little bit longer to allow for his teammate to kill. Trev Boss there, as that was exactly how that round ended. A bit all over the place in that one, and it's good cause for a timeout as well. I mean, Wisconsin trying to recover after a chaotic round such as that. I will say, though, honestly, if you consider the setup that MSU had, you bring that one down to the wire, you almost get a bomb plant. You almost give yourself a clutch potential, and I think you would consider those. winning odds when such a disastrous situation. But Michigan State University primed to take the lead in such a late stages of the game here. They're getting close to the 16 mark for both sides, and money's a big factor.
Yeah, that late HE that found the additional frag, I think, on the mark, definitely not ideal. It's a team kill, but, you know, it is what it is. It's no real blame to go around, just an unfortunate scenario. Op wanted to get aggressive, but Aaron really forced to go back. Yeah, that's just not an angle you're gonna win. Not with a auto shotty.
Yeah, I do not like those odds. And that is exactly why right there. Going for a cheeky play is Aiden. I would say that's a rather big risk, and it doesn't work out. No reward for that one. So now it is a bit of a B-side stack. They got a heavy presence here at the moment with the AKs as well, with the rifles. You're seeing a double pit set up from the defense. One is making that rotate back and towards an even 2-2 split. Map control being maintained here. Blade, nothing on the jump spot here, and the execution coming quickly. Trev Boss has already rotated out.
Really Butter threw away the advantage they had in Blade. Two. Wavy and Zamgo are able to trade back. 1-2 here. Molotov gonna go down. Deny that plant. No, the plant does end up going through. Aaron on the op. Gonna connect on the player as they look to dislodge themselves from the site. The swing, but it's Zamga who has the frag, and now Aaron during that rotation just not gonna be good enough on the timing. Eats the HE, eats the bullets, and finds out that Wavy is hitting shots. 12-11. Wisconsin, they are trying to make a move. They are trying to pull this and potentially set up a 2-0 in this series.
Oh, that could be the case right now, considering this is the map pick of MSU, a map pick that they look stone cold on. They're going for a 4-spy right now. What a risk. What a call right here from MSU. Putting all their eggs in this basket right here. I mean, if you don't convert this one, we're looking at the possibility of 14 being on the cards here for Wisconsin, and no mistakes can be afforded there. Otherwise, you're heading into overtime at the very best situations, and its presence towards long early on. They're going for this fight. Missed connection with the scout shot. That's huge. Flashbangs are coming through as well. Both parties scared off of taking the continued fight here, so they're going to give up a bit of ground on both sides. Call it a draw with the HP trades that they've taken.
Relatively similar HP trades as well. Eddie down to 62 and Aaron to 49, respectively. And you're right. This is such a dangerous decision. Look how aggressive Aiden has gotten.
Oh, he's going to spot his bomb.
Is somebody watching this? No, not really, is the answer. And, you know, this bomb is wide open.
As he been spotted there, moving up as a unit here. He not even delivers a single kill. 1 HP, that's so unfortunate. And it's going to be Blade to cut off rotations towards the B side. He is 46 HP to his name. Finds the first headshot. Here's a prime opportunity. Zamga's low on HP. He finds 3 more on the total. But Eddie Comet solo close to going down. Wavy's close by as well. Rotations in towards B, not quite. Oh, there's Mark Boss hanging about. 1 shot in. He needs to find 1 more Wavy. Scared around the pillar. Rotation's not coming through just yet. Trev Boss is here. He's on his way through Cat, and he will find the finishing frag. Tied up 12-12. The huge risk from MSU works out.
Wow. Can't say that I would have made the same decision if I was in the same spot as MSU, but I would say they can make it work when they need to. And make it work they did. Unsurprising buy for Wisconsin. Would have been better if they had a plant, but still a couple AKs, a Khalil, a Deagle, and a MAC-10 go up against the pretty decent buy, much better buy for MSU. Another scout for Aaron Fury, but you have to see that scout come to real success.
We start there just when it's called upon. Oh, there goes the A-bomb site. Wide open as can be. Butter's lurking about towards B as well. Catwalk, he should catch a flank. 3B onto Mark Boss. That's A clear, but they've already delivered bomb. Eddie Comet on the site, looping around towards truck. Won't be spotted here. Catches a back turn, but doesn't deliver the kill. Blade still kicking here. Can take a headshot. Angle King frag still, and he does. Blade has been a hero down 2 rounds in a row. There's still one over towards B, expecting the lurk to come through, but Butters made his way all the way through towards the A side of things. He's walking up bathrooms and will have the advantage on Blade's angle. That's certainly the case, but he takes half his HP for it. Trev Boss just now reveals the location of Butter. And it's going to go for a little bit of misdirection towards the long side of things. Bomb still posted up here, and Trev Boss has eyes on it.
It's a bit unfortunate. I think, that bomb being down, and man, so frustrating that Eddie couldn't pull off that frag. Probably should have had it, all things considered. Trev sort of has a read going. Has an idea. He's just spotting it out. Taking the shots. And Trev with the shot on target. Butters down, and 13-12, Wisconsin. This has just got to be a save, right?
I mean, if they're risky enough to go for it here, and it looks like they are risking it all in a similar fashion to how MSU did. They know how close they are to toppling the money. I mean, one player alive 2 rounds now in a row. You know you're so close to hitting that finish line of breaking MSU spirits, but you haven't gotten there just yet. And they're going to try it with a B rush. I don't know how much I like this. No, they reposition towards water. They're going to split it from multiple different directions, but they're taking so much molly damage. The Trev Boss already on the catwalk. This is going for a single kill here. And 2 entries in. It's all in the back of Blade. He doesn't get anything either. The quick flank coming through from Aaron's Fury is the only one to give a kill so far. They're all lining up, and Aaron's Fury finds 3. Low HP as well. What on earth is going on right now?
Goes from bad to good to worse.
Oh,
and Michigan State still in control. They're actually reading this perfectly. This is going to be the A plant. Safe here by Optimus, but the best gun of all 3 players is here for Zamga. And this is a great post-plant position, all things considered. He knows when they're going to cross, and he could also create these 1v1s. They're obviously going to expect him to play Optimus or in towards jump up, but not to be.
Utility thrown in so far. Smoke and a molly as well. Zamga forced to maybe push through this smoke. He's trying to play the gap here. When is he going to reveal his position? He's not shooting. He's not spamming the smoke. Another tap coming through. There you go. Finally position reveal, but he's not on the mark. He's not hitting Aiden at all. Nowhere close, and he's running out of ammo. He delivers a kill into the bomb planter. There's no time for Aaron's Fury. He gets 4 kills, but it's not enough to overcome the absolute stone cold play from Zamga to not spam through that smoke. Unbelievable.
This man just absolutely holding his nerve through thick and thin. I mean, you and I know. I mean, we've been in the server there, Cole. You want to take that shot. Everything in your body is screaming for you to take that shot. And he holds his nerve for just long enough to deny the diffuser, to pick up the huge victory, to tie the game once again. This is a brawl here on Overpass.
Yeah, it just continues the back and forth force buys right now. I mean, again, this is going to be one of those rounds that can decide things here. Wisconsin looking so much more convincing than I initially thought right now. They're firing on all cylinders. They look like they have a decent read on things, and Zamga, the player that we both shouted out, is delivering in a huge ways. So now they just need to topple this force buy. They just need to clear out these A1Ss. Otherwise, MSU, they're pretty much giving up 15 if they go for a save. And if not, then, they might be giving up the game if they try for the continued force buys with only pistols. So much good setup here from Wisconsin to try and close this one out in terms of keeping that economy game nice and low for MSU.
Yeah, this force buy it's pretty sad considering some of the force buys we've seen today. And MSU, well, to be fair though, they've done more with less. Done more with just pistols, so that is a nice shot. Eddie on the entry, blinded up. Blade there on the left side, trying to take shots. It's Butter for the double. And it's now just these rifles left.
Not calling the save either. They're going for this risky play here. There's a flank. Butters got this round dead. Nope. Hitchin instead hits the headshot, Naden. The lonely A1S in the server right now. It's 14 for Wisconsin. All bets are off right now on who takes this map, and it's seeming more so for the underdog right now, performing when it matters the most. Aggression comes through. Aiden's going to clear off the head. That reveals his position, though. How much do they want to invest in dropping this A1S?
I think it's worth everything.
Oh, dodge another blast. It's going to become expensive. He's continuing to deliver. Not going down just yet. On for the ace now. Butter, does he even want to dare swing around that corner? I hope not. He could be done for him. Yeah, he goes slowly. He's careful about it. And an off angle here from Aiden Held. He shouldn't have time. He will bring that one into the next round. He does take down 4 members of Wisconsin. You can see that takes a toll on their money. Reinvestments coming through. Do they go for a force of their own? Aiden can buy up a teammate here. I think they're saving.
I think they have to save. I mean, we've seen more buys in this game than saves ever. But to buy here would be malfeasance of the highest order. Because, you know, they would have what? Pistols? Deagle armor at best? And 1 gun? Yeah. Or maybe one FAMAS as well. That's just not a real buy, and so for that reason, they got to give Wisconsin 15. They gotta allow for that to come through, and they gotta play for the gun rounds because MSU on gun rounds has been really phenomenal this game.
They really have, especially on that CT side. That's kind of what delivered them such a quick comeback here. But look at this, Wisconsin are kind of playing off the fact that MSU do over-rotate a bit. They've left the lurk over towards Monster. And it left onto the clock. They are very patient about this default here. I believe that rifle in Aiden is over towards the east side of things still. Thinking about, I mean, he's in a good position here. Smokes are going to roll on off. Mark Boss is looking for the initial plays, but they're going to work their way out of Monster. And he's just let them all slip by. He doesn't even realize.
Molly gonna dislodge. Shots connecting. Eddie very low, does eventually fall.
What is going on here?
Aiden, Trev, Aaron, all with some connections. But despite how expensive this is looking, the bomb's going down, and it really doesn't matter as long as it's clutched up for Wisconsin.
Yeah, and with these pistols, they shouldn't have too much success. I'm surprised that they're not playing more towards the heaven side of things, considering the plant is for that direction. But instead, they're holding off some pretty aggressive angles, giving them opportunity to fight. Wavy getting connected onto some of these headshots. One slipped by already. Spotted out now. No one's keeping fit. One slipped by him. Oh my god, that's an initial kill here. EHN, though, all he has to do is play for bombing with no kit for Aaron's Fury. This one should be done and dusted. Already time's ticked too far gone. All another round. All it. 15 here as he will deliver the kill. It won't be the round in their way. MSU fighting for overtime here, but they've kept that money so very low. All 10 in the server go down, and it's going to come down to a round like this. What could be a chance for MSU off of the damage that they've done to bounce right back into this and take it into OT.
Yeah, the money's not great. I mean, even with the bomb plant, you can see Wisconsin sort of struggling to get all of their utility, and it is very limited. I honestly, I would have preferred either Butter or Wavy to probably pick up a FAMAS, rather, a Galil, excuse me, and get utility, but Eddie Comet going to do just that. This is potentially map point, or is map point, I should say, as MSU, well, they really have to pull this back. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge upset on MSU's map pick.
Yeah, I mean, I did not come into this play-in thinking that Wisconsin would look this good. They are just lights out right now. They definitely have a strong read, a strong idea as to what MSU's style on the defensive side is. You can see that they're trying to abuse it consistently. It's a lot of heavy presence early on towards B, playing off that default and, you know, allowing for the information attempts from MSU to go pretty much meaningless here. Premature smoke. There's no molly though that ever comes from the defensive side, and this is the information prodding that I've been talking about here. The jump spots are so consistent. Butter not spotted just yet, but knows exactly what they're trying to go for here. A flash play.
What a great find. Blade on the off angle, just ready and waiting. And that's such a dangerous play too, because it can so easily go the other direction, but still, you find that and you confirm an advantage of 5 versus 4, and then you can play passive. You don't have to make that same aggressive play again. Though as I'm saying that, Aiden sort of unnecessarily doing the same. Aaron trying to help Aiden out is going to pay for his life.
I don't know, that looked like Aiden was trying to throw a flash for him, but the flash didn't come until after they hit the dirt. They're going to move up quickly towards the A-bomb site here. Eddie Comet not able to find the entry work. Aiden goes down. They shouldn't expect Blade to already be rotated in. The plant is going to be risky, and yeah, he catches one. He'll try and catch the other. Zamga good for the headshot. No flanks coming through. Instead, low HP. And Trev Boss is able to find them. And the expense of the previous rounds is going to come into a reality. The debt's going to be collected in this 30th round here, and they're only going to have pistols. Overtime could be sealed in here for MSU.
Yeah, this is where those 2 rounds in a row, where all 10 players die, just is brutal for Wisconsin. If they had had a more reasonable scenario, 2-3 players survive, they're probably in a full buy here. But instead we're looking at a Deagle, a MAC-10, 3 Tech-9s, and incredibly limited utility, singular smoke here for Zamga. And Aiden has pressed his WP very far forward in towards the back side of Wisconsin, and he's gotten so much information.
I mean, he's working with so much right now. Pretty much has the A side cut off, at least from the fountain side of things. It could still work connector, which is still going to be a threat, considering there's a player watching that as well. Op shot rattles off here. Aaron sure he doesn't connect, and so there's map control delivered. But again, they still have to worry about this player in the back lines all the while. Could drop the bomb as well. Hearing all these footsteps, surely, of the Tech-9. Tech-9 is very careful. Knifes out, though. Eddie Comet's going to die here soon. And there he goes. Butts bomb dropped in spawn here with no one to recover nearby. Aiden pushes the issue, goes quickly in towards their spawn. And Zamga only with the deal. Is he ready for this angle?
Sure is. Zamga gone and done. And this is looking like it doesn't matter. 3 versus 5. Aiden, he's essentially pulled around. Wait, what?
What happened there?
What? Tag the wall? That's crazy. Butter, what an entry. AHN is only good for 1. 15 all. And MSU, they brought it back. It is a tied game. 10-5 halves for either side. And can't believe it, but man, this is so very close.
Yeah, I mean, that's a real credit to the strength right now that we are playing off of for University of Wisconsin. They should be feeling confident in themselves right now, taking it this deep into a map like Overpass, into a map that MSU favors so much, is such a promising sign for them heading into their map pick. I mean, this is a wholly different University of Wisconsin than I expected to see.
I would agree with you, though I will say this as a caveat, because we are on a pause right this moment. If they can't close this out, Wisconsin, I mean, the mentality break could be brutal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's such a hard fought thing to come so close and yet be denied on the against the comeback overtime as well. MSU were down by 3, but I'm just throwing that out there. Could be a problem, but we'll have to see what the outcome is here first. That is what really matters initially. Because if Wisconsin come out and win this one, then, well, I guess MSU just got to hope and pray that they can pull Vertigo out of the bag.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar. I think that both teams are strong on both opposition's map picks. I don't think that's like Overpass isn't a big punish pick for Wisconsin, and Wisconsin picking into Vertigo isn't a big punish pick for MSU. It's just,
I'd say it's significant. I think Vertigo is a significantly more punishing pick.
okay.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're pretty strong in it, at least from the record. I believe they have a 16-5 victory so far in the season.
Yes.
Or 16, my apologies, 16-12 over in Maine on Vertigo. And so, again, I think that it's always a good sign whenever you're not banning in best of 1 maps when you get 3 bans a map. I think that really shows that you're comfortable, and punish picks come in best of 3 formats. And so, University of Wisconsin, or rather Michigan State not prioritizing a ban of Vertigo, I think shows a bit of confidence in that for sure. But I think we got a bit of a tech pause. I mean, I definitely think that Wisconsin are strong on Vertigo. I think that they can kind of take it into a third essentially. But the mental factor is there, of course.
Well, I also think that to add on to what you're saying, it's a matter of Wisconsin being strong, but MSU's individual skill can come to fruition as well, and that's where they're competent and then also individually skilled, and that makes a deadly combination on a map like Vertigo, where if you have the basics and then you can pop off individually, even against a team that I think, like I said, is significantly better as a team on the map, it can essentially not matter.
Exactly right. We'll get back into this overtime here, though. Into the action. It's 10K that we gather. And so going for this first round off here from Aaron's Fury. They're hungry. They try and close this one out in a clean CT side. Now early aggression maybe poised towards Fountain. As you can see, the Molly and the evidence of that. And yeah, they got a lovely little setup here. No connector presence, but no one really to worry about so far in connector pressing the issue too far. And again, it's these info plays that they like so much.
It's been a while since both teams have been at full gun capacity. Even on those buy rounds in the last few, it was somewhat limited. Aided. Take a shot. But he's the first to fall. PHN with the shot. And oh, what a follow-up too. Big misses here for the CTs. MSU floundering a bit. Rotations are coming in. Jump up. There's Trev. And EHN does fall, but he's already done his job.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is here is that they even have a lurk on B all the while. Again, it's the consistency from Wisconsin to cause these over-rotations from the defensive setup of MSU. And it's so punishing. You can see that Butter, all he has to do is sit around Monster, hope that his teammates can convert frags, and he even sneaks his way through Graffiti as well here. Delivers, grenade right in his face, but not to worry too much. Rotate. Action is still on. There's a headshot through the wall, and Eddie Comet's going to finish the job here. It's going to be Blade in heaven. 3 quick kills. Oh my god, it got so very close. Wavy, though, does find the finishing blow right there. University of Wisconsin. They grabbed themselves the 16th round.
And Blade just makes everything look so plausible when he's in the 1vx, doesn't he? It's always an option. Nonetheless, here, yeah, Wisconsin able to pull it in the victory column despite some difficulties, and that's a pro 90 right there from Mark. Pro for professional, by the way.
I think there's no doubt about that. Maybe a professional bit of trolling here. Look at this, already aggression up, Butters. Butter, rather. He takes a bit of nade damage there. He tries to deliver it back into Trev Ball. Much more aggressive posturing. And this time it works out a bit better. That last A-side setup, it looked promising, but I think they were having to fall off of it without that lacking that connector presence. This time they push past connector and into the spawn, and it works out a little bit better.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Trev. I mean, there's been consistent aggression over towards this long area for MSU, and something that Wisconsin really haven't dealt with all that particularly well throughout the game is, once again, very grouped up. The majority of this team, they're trying to re-clear over towards A, and they're going to find that nobody's home, at least not where Trev was before.
Walking in towards long Trev, trying to try and catch him with the nades out. Butter fully blinded up by that flashbang. All they has to do is walk around the corner, and that's a freebie delivered. He doesn't spot anything else, and so that could be a bit of misinformation. Because quickly behind him is EHN. Looking for some 3 kills there. 30 seconds on the clock. Hesitation has to be setting in at the moment. Not many options left as they smoke and Molly. The front bathrooms and divider side of things are going to push through it, and it's going to be desperation. Trev holding about. Ops holding that front bathrooms, and yeah, it's lost alive EHN. A little too late to the party.
Unfortunate. It's all tied up. 16-16. Up for Aaron still. Keep on that P90. Yep, Mark gonna hold on to it. Should be enough money to buy in here this round for Wisconsin. Yes. Plenty of cash. And looks like an AK being thrown over. Yes, indeed. 10K on the start money for OT, by the way. I know it's something that a lot of people hate, but I actually think it's really good because it forces you to be intelligent with your money. Makes you make some hard decisions. Whereas overtime before has typically just been, let's just buy everything we could possibly get.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely causes some stressors in terms of op purchases, that's for sure. And so, you know, it's not so easy to get those 3-0 starts. Butter, though, that is a huge delivery, taking down Blade, who's been pretty effective, sneaking through that cat position. This time, Butter was wide aware of him. Now it leaves that east side a bit lacking here. P90 in defense and a little bit of jiggling. You got to be careful if you go too wide and deliver them a free second kill as well. But the group up from the T side towards B is pretty evident as to where they're heading. Lining up some utility right now, and Mark Boss is looking for some spray downs with the P90.
This is ultimately going to be that B hit. But the real question is, how much can this P90 find? What can Trev do? There's that push. And there's that P90. Does a bit of a tickling. That's all it can do, though. Flashbangs. 2 players coming up from water. 1-1. On Trev. Good for the frag. Aaron as well. But it's all down to Aaron in the 1v2.
Unsure of where the opponent is. I believe that's a tag through the wall right there, causing a little bit of fear in Zamka. Another one connected. Aaron's Fury's position wide and known here as he pushes through towards Pit. Not quite about this one. Picks up the A1S. So now he's trying to take these individual fights with the crossfire here. Behind the pillar, delivers the one. Can't find the second, though. Zamga going to close another big clutch to give Wisconsin a lead in the first half of overtime.
Indeed. And Wisconsin 2 rounds away from map number 1 being theirs. But with only a 1 round deficit, well, MSU are not too far behind, and we swap sides. Now, granted, both of these teams have been far better CT-sided over the course of this series. It's 11 rounds for Michigan on the CT side and 10 for Wisconsin total.
Yeah, I believe it was back-to-back 10-5s. We saw double op on this first round here. Look at this. This is kind of what I talked about in terms of the economy that can be so punished. We've seen them get caught off guard by this op boosted up as well. Is there a flashbang this time, or will they fall short to it once again? Oh, there was a flash.
But a good molly too. I don't know if the molly was there just because of the flash or what, but nonetheless, it's beautiful. Reboost coming in? No. Not gonna happen. Decided it's far too risky. You can see that the T's were definitely looking there. Definitely wanted it. Definitely wanted that possibility.
Limited time here. They recycle those smokes towards short. What is going to get a game plan at the moment? MSU look a little bit stalled in their tracks right now. Op spots out some information here. As Eddie Comet eats a 50 damage nade sitting in barrels. It is looking like a prime opportunity, a prime target here for the T side, considering there's not too much presence. I say that. There's Wavy and Zamga as well. 2 heavy hitters here for this roster, waiting for the execution to come. And it will come towards the A bomb site. It's where they're going to finish.
Defense going to have to be good. There's Zamga and Wavy both coming in for 1. Eddie, he's going to let one go by. Allows for Blake to find a frag. It's Mark, but he gets denied. 18 for Wisconsin. It's map point.
Zamka's playing without a silencer, first of all. That is absurd. In towards long. And the fact that they are able to defend that so well, it leaves a bit of questions. MSU. I know, he got 2 kills, no silencer. It's so surreal, but MSU, that execution, they send the op alone towards long. With
so
limited time, it's so many question marks as to what they had in store. It definitely shows a bit of hesitation. Again, Overpass is such a good map, and it's surprising to see them struggle in this fashion here. Huge round delivered.
It really does feel like this isn't the best version of MSU we have seen personally, you and I. But I mean, it's kind of a pretty darn good replica. We'll put it that way. No disrespect, of course, but MSU, well, they just haven't been able to hit these heights that we expect in Wisconsin. They're just fighting tooth and nail.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a 4v5, and just one round. That's all that's required to close the distance here. They're fighting their backs against the wall, and Trev Boss going for a desperation play, waiting for that smoke to fade away. Zamga, that reload's hurting, so Trev Boss, he's trying to locate him. Falling towards Bank is going to buy time here, waiting for those flashbangs as well. Trev Boss is very deep in the back lines, but waiting for him is Wavy. 3v5 now. What are your options? Blade snucking through towards Catwalk is going to find EHN. Already on the B bomb site, causing some chaos, causing some rotations quickly. He's all alone though, and Eddie Comet finds him. That's the only lurk left last alive, and so Wisconsin are going to be able to rotate back in towards A35 on the clock here. And they're both towards long. Aaron's Fury and Aiden are going to struggle to close this one out.
Samgo once again in a phenomenal position to deny this. Wavy as well. There's that flash. 20 seconds. Really no need to get aggressive if you're Wisconsin. Could if you wanted to. Molotov going to push Zamgo back temporarily. Up one player, but it's double team. No scope. Butter from so far away. 3 versus 3. Aiden already tagged down very low. And Butter, just give him a no scope for the road. It's 19-16, and that is Wisconsin with a huge upset here against Michigan State University. I can't believe I'm saying this because the runners up from last year are now against the wall in this play-in.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it either. That is such an impressive showcase. It not only looked like Wisconsin were looking comfortable on a map like Overpass, MSU's strong pick, but Wisconsin were taking silencers off of their gun and having fun going for no scopes there. Butter was closing that one out with no scopes. He was finishing in style right there. I mean, that is incredible, and totally a new and different Wisconsin than I expected to see.
I'm sort of in awe, all right? That's kind of my feeling walking away from game number 1 is that, you know, they just pulled it out. Were able to pick up ridiculous rounds. Were able to bring it back, and even, you know, when we hit overtime, it felt like that was where Wisconsin finally hit their stride. The vertigo is what we have on the cards. Wisconsin, they've somehow found an incredible upset. Tell me, Cole, how crazy is it that Wisconsin took that one?
I think it's quite incredible considering that it's MSU's pick here. Now we're heading into Wisconsin's pick, and it's just looking so good for them. Not only did Wisconsin look good on Overpass, but they kind of styled them. They put them in their place. You know, Wisconsin, or rather MSU, they were buying P90s. Sure, it got punished quickly. Wisconsin, they were taking their silencers off. They were going for no scopes. They were having fun as well. So that's an incredible start right now for Wisconsin. They should be feeling a load of confidence on their shoulders here, walking into their map pick.
Well, how big of an advantage is this map? That's what you and I were discussing, and this is the pistol round that's showing off. Right now, a huge advantage. 2 frags already for Wisconsin. Looking for more, but Aiden on the entry. He's going to find a double. Some players here trying to spam through the smoke, but he's going to be denied. Even found himself. 26 out here for Aaron. Tagged, fragged, bagged. Samga with that frag as Aiden and Blade both come in for more. That's going to be MSU to pick it up, though close as it was.
Nicely done from MSU. I mean, that is a brilliant recovery delivered from Aiden right there. 3 kills and when it was required the most on the entry, because that 5v3 was could have been a firm answer for how Vertigo could have looked for Wisconsin. Just a strong early start for them, but instead it's going to be MSU with that start. And again, they're going for a bit of trolling here. The PP Bison play. It's a great grenade here, and I mean, I guess it will just chew straight through them, right? 64 bullets with no head armor here. Zamga can take 2 back. Low HP with the mobile PP Bison. Moving all about the map is going to find the 2 finishing kills, and an immediate buy-up in response here for Wisconsin comes through.
Hey, man. I'll keep it real. I think the PP Bison is far less of a troll on that eco round than the P90 was on the gun round.
You know, I would say that always is going to be the case, that I'd rather have a PP Bison than a P90 just because you get more chances at a kill reward. So
Well, that too. Yeah. I mean, you're going high risk with no real reward with that P90, but nonetheless. That aside, EHN with a nice opener. Spam it down there. The smoke on towards Aiden. As I say that though, Trev will find the close range frag on towards Butter, but he did get dinked in the process. So Trev has got 1 health with an F.
Barely holding on there. Luckily enough for him, there's only one bit of utility here in the hands of Zamka.
Bison.
Bison duty. You're just gonna get. I mean, you're gonna take a long range fight with the Bison.
Might as well just pull the clock.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. Just hop off the map at this point because you're pretty much dead. At least you can go for some information, which it looks like they're going to try and send him as the entry man, try and catch someone off guard, be mobile, and allow for a trade to come through from his high HP teammate. Not a bad idea. Treadball's going to take this early fight versus EHN.
It's going to be maybe a double swing? No, Mark.
Oh, boost.
That was big. And EHN loses the fight as well, so it's actually Mark who comes out for the fight, but that's a double frag there. Zamga coming up big. It's a 2v2 now on towards B. And Plant not coming just yet. It's a HE grenade that is going to do a bit of chip damage to both players. Plant down now. And Michigan in control.
Take some aggressive posturing here, though. You have still one playing on default, looking for some shoulders. Aiden hanging about here, so not too committed to this playing for the post plant. Instead, he just left his one teammate here. They can close the distance quickly. Flashbang set up here. Aiden takes the first initial fight, lands a second. No wonder they keep him as the entry man. Michigan State, they quickly move to 3.
Yeah, and I mean, so here's the crazy thing, right? My mind goes back to the only time we saw this MSU team play Vertigo last year, and I think it was the upper bracket final against Ryerson, a very good Vertigo team, and they come up victorious. So, you know, knowing that they do play Vertigo in the ECA season and everything else, this is not a team you want to contend with on this map, but you have to. And Mark, he's got the MP5, and he's done well to find one. But he's traded with EHN.
Nearly hitting that one wavy, but the quick flank comes through from EHN, so not to worry. It's still 2v1. AK retrieved there. He's further taken. He will go back and grab it. Finally. That bomb should be planted over towards B now, and that should start the ticker for time for MSU to move on to 4. It's going to be a quick flank. All these footsteps, though, are being heard here, so you can see the rotation coming through in from the likes of Aiden, meeting them at the middle of the flank, and I think he's just chosen a different direction right there.
Understandable save here by EHN. Could have been a good attempt at a retake, but this AK is going to be far more valuable in towards this next round. With the buy up on the back of Wisconsin as well, I would imagine. Michigan State, they've solidified though their early lead, their early start. It's a good look and a solid place to be, all things considered. Op or no op? That's the real question here. And there it is. Double op. That's the answer.
It's op times 2 here. Of course, Vertigo is one of the more op-heavy maps. You can really stick that anywhere. Mid, B, A, all good options. Right now, we'll see where the 2 oppers go. On the other opposing side, Aaron Fury's got an op of his own, looking to take those early fights to gather that early control here. It could be a real decisive after flashbang. Yet ult finally does get blinded up there. Zamga forced to make the quick retreat, and no one's chasing him. Great awareness right there from MSU to make sure that they're getting all the lines covered. That wasn't quite there on overpass, I feel like.
I'm with you on that. It seemed like the takes were a bit dicey when it came to the utility usage. But I want to add a caveat that, in fairness, there was rarely utility to be utilized.
Yes.
Especially on the T side. So either way, another kill going towards MSU. Wavy gets aggressive. He's found one. Now he's stuck between an Aiden and a hard place. And, well, Aiden winning out. Got her on that other op. Connect. Now it's double op retake in towards A. And I guess if there's a place to retake with ops, it would be A. With all the utility down, I just don't think this is realistic.
Yeah, well worth it to run away from this one. Bring your guns into the next MSU onto the 0-5 start. And it's pretty quick as well. These rapid plays that are coming through, taking that early ramp control. You can see that University of Wisconsin, they tried for that control, but MSU, they were very, very ready for it, very aware.
What?
I don't know what just happened there. I think
You saw what I saw, yeah? That should have hit.
I think he missed, but I think Zamga only missed because of what was it? I guess that's Mark Boss missing the jump. You know, he tried to strafe back, and Zamga goes for the strafe back, but he hits the wall, so he just stops and distracts right there. Very bizarre. But not so bizarre is this timeout call coming through from Wisconsin. They need to gather some rounds here soon.
Yeah, that being said, let's not panic. T-side, I say this about Vertigo, and you're going to have to tell me if you think I'm wrong on this, because I think that Vertigo, I'm done saying it's CT or T-sided. I just think it's rolly. And what I mean by that is that it's momentum-based.
Mm-hmm. Picking up what you're putting down there. It's certainly a map that's important to assert some early dominance as well. You know, you try and figure out exactly what your opponents are going for, where they really like to take map control, where they want to try and find their openers. You know, do they utilize mid to the full effect?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, once you kind of figure that out, Wisconsin, maybe they can find adjustments. But so far, double op wasn't quite the answer.
Nope, it was not. Though I also don't think it was a problem.
Mm.
You know, they just didn't really get an opportunity to utilize it all that well. No pun intended.
Ooh. Oh, slick right there. And it's Fury almost stuck his head right into a silver bullet right there. They're going for another one, but this utility is so effective. He can't get too much. Mollies are in. Counter flashes are back out. Butter fully blinded, and he's inside of the smoke connection, not quite made. He's got his knife out towards the retreat. He goes down as well. He gathers himself a frag. He hasn't fallen. Aiden has delivered two. There's a flank as well coming through, and he's got Molly on the back lines. Butter looking for a connection around the smoke here. How is he still alive? He's playing within the flames and still walking away.
Honestly, a good read from Butter to try for that shot, but it doesn't work. And you're right. He survived for far longer than anyone had any business being alive in that position under those circumstances. And while circumstances, unfortunately, the more they change, the more they stay the same. As Michigan continue their dominance, Michigan continue their push, and Michigan, they're going to take the 6. Is Wavy going to go down here? The first of these players to hunt misses him, entirely running away, and actually sort of genius, all things considered, because this is so very close to the bomb. I don't think anybody's expecting him to be here.
Yeah, I mean, sneaky stuff right there. He'll hold on to that AWP for another round. But it's still 6-0 right now for MSU. Surprisingly dominant coming through from them. As they try and answer back, they're probably not too happy for getting picked off on overpass, and I don't blame them. I think they walked into this matchup underestimating their opponents. Vertigo can be a whole new opportunity to bounce back here, and so far they've been a good start doing so. But again, this early posturing, a firm fight from Butter delivers a kill still, and so much damage being done as well. Brilliant from Butter as he gets away, as he finds himself a second. He's so very good at staying alive and still delivering.
Yeah, and that flashbang from Zamga really enabling Butter. Enabling Butter. He's just having it all. He wants it his way. But Trev, he's answered back too for the price of one. And, you know, that is one of those examples where Butter, yeah, you get 3, but really necessity to get such a forward position. The same could be said for Eddie. Really no need to be there for a aggressive flashbang. They pass in the middle. They don't quite know what's going on. How has Trev come up with that shot? 3 kills for him. Wavy puts him down 1v1 though, and there's going to be Mark to run the other way.
Oh my god, I cannot believe Trev finds that 3rd kill. What went wrong right there? Opened up is the A bomb site, and Mark Boss, he'll be able to punch in those numbers and get onto whatever post plate he desires, wherever he wants to go. Versus an op Wavy, he can pick up a rifle on his way to that A bomb site. But man, what a absurd round so far. Mark Boss is going to take a more aggressive approach here, watching the elevator side of things, a pixel angle he chooses against. I think that's wise. Instead, adjust towards another direction. Here's the footsteps though. He's going to find it. Wavy peeking out his shoulder, and that's going to be a connection. Mark Boss delivers the finishing blow there, and the 2v5 converted from the 2 bosses over on Michigan State.
Yeah, and here's what's different. You know, you like me are thinking, so how did Wisconsin win last map when the score is 7-0 here in map number 2 on Wisconsin's pick? Well, there's several things that are missing right now from Wisconsin. It's number one, these duels aren't really going their way in the same manner, and number two, they haven't been consistent. They've, that time where Butter finds 2 kills and continues pushing forward. That's just so unnecessary. That's something we really weren't seeing from Wisconsin last time out. Zamga able to get the opening pick, and Wavy the secondary. Zamga does go down, and Wavy as well. Aiden with the follow-up. 3 for 2. MSU, every time they go down, they come back with a vengeance.
Even jiggled one. EHN does find the kill here. They're struggling to get on top of the sandbags. EHN can find another, not quite. Butter now left into the 1v2. Already made his way in towards the A bomb site. Ready with the yacht, holding down the line. Towards the A ramp. Both players, though, they start to cut noise here. They try and cause some chaos. Butter, with different angles he has to worry about. Flicking all about. On side of default here. He's so very worried about that side hall position. And now with the information spotted here from MSU, he's going to force the hand of Butter. He goes so very aggressively down the ramp, but they've slipped by. Already going to make it in towards B, and they're going to meet him at the target. Butter doesn't want anything to do with this retake, it seems, as he's slowly coming to the realization that his chances in this round are slim to none.
I mean, maybe we're aggressive here, but I think you kind of have to go for this. It's starting to get to that point where you need rounds.
This is such a really 3. Oh my god, almost connects to no scope. Not quite, though. A very hard shot. Look at that, inspecting the beautiful Desert Hydra. But it's not so beautiful. When you're down 8 rounds, you start to forget your surroundings there, and man, what a rough start right now.
Well, and the other thing, I did suggest, and I agree, I stand by it, maybe go for that, but maybe not with the op. Maybe, there's plenty of guns to pick up there in towards the ramp. Go for one of those. Take the 1v2 with an AK or some such. But now another dicey by Wisconsin in a real tough spot, down by 8.
In position. Oh, okay. Well, that answers that. But it did start very quickly. Blade was far and away ready for that one. Zamku goes down as well. 2 entries delivered. And I mean, you're right. This is a total lack of simple fragging. So in some of these cases, EHN somehow finds that kill. Nice off angle held. So much damage being done here. You can walk away with a rifle or 2, but do you even consider that a victory when you're down 9 rounds here?
No. I mean, you consider it nice to have.
Yeah.
But not a victory. There's no dubs when you're down by 9. There is just pain.
No fun.
Yeah, Wisconsin. Does Wavy die here? This feels like awful close to the bomb. I'm not great with the bomb area though.
Vertigo's
on
a real
Vertigo.
dud. Yeah, they got the dud
really
bomb, similar
hard.
to Nuke.
Well, that's fair. You're right. You can. I forget you can survive like here on A too.
Yeah.
So.
Bombs aren't very strong on Nuke and Vertigo. I think it's mostly the verticality that causes that. You can kind of get caught off guard if you're in the upper bomb site and the bomb's right below you. You're not expected to go down, but you probably won't, because luckily that bomb does very, very little. More like a HE than I would consider a C4.
Well, regardless of what is in that the bomb that is exploding, it's been exploding for Michigan State. And Wisconsin, they haven't been able to do a darn thing to stop it. So these CTs, they're struggling big time. And I think that there's 2 factors here. There's number one, I think Wisconsin clearly not playing up to the same level they were just a few moments ago. But also, MSU have woken up. They're going crazy. They're going for crazy shots. They're feeling good. It's very clear that mentally they're still very much alive, and I gotta give them credit. Losing your map pick, that's usually a big deal. Not for these guys, apparently.
Yeah, it feels like Wisconsin poked the bear by dropping or by taking away overpass. So from MSU. There you go, though. We've seen these plenty of times. The opening frags go in the way of Wisconsin. Then cuts off mid. Cuts off one prong of the B side attack here. It is still only 2 players, but we know Butter pretty effective on the anchor position. Has a smoke as well to clear out any flames. MSU not too committed to this either. Aiden says lurk over towards the A side of things. Just great map control given over to MSU. Again, this is a round that can quickly go awry if you're not careful. The Molly has a smoke though. It swings. Had a smoke when Butter goes down as well. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The advantage is quickly fumble.
Yeah. What is a nice start is just denied. Zamga playing so passively. Able to find one more on the retake, but it's not going to be good enough. And as the rotation for Yichin comes in towards B, it's the rotation for MSU towards A. And, you know, another very odd part of this game, this half, is how often MSU has just constantly applying pressure, pushing in, and planting at B. I mean, I don't know what the stats are for, like, pro level or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's like 80-20, you know? 80% A, 20% B.
Yeah, and I will say that for the most part, if you are heading in towards the B bomb site, if you're utilizing other parts of the map, it shows that you are a good team on a map like Vertigo. That is a tall tale sign of a team that knows how to keep those rotations and then knows how to avoid those kind of stack situations and early map control being given up. They're fighting for ramp control consistently. They're fighting for that ramp control over towards the B side as well, or rather stairs, I should say more accurately. And it definitely shows that MSU are very well versed in a map like this here, but I believe there was a flank in order. Somehow the op's gone down, and Aaron's Fury gets best of the reflash in. Mark Boss ready for it though, playing anti and Wavy. Not so fortunate to help out with the advantage here. Eddie Comet the same 2v4 again. It's looking like 11's locked in right now.
MP9s versus 4. Taking shots, missing shots there. Butter down. EHN left all alone. Some low health players to contend with, sure, but how good is that at this range?
Uh-oh.
Oh, they haven't checked.
Okay.
Right. No kid is right. It was such a good idea there for a moment. And then the disappointment when you look down to no kid.
Yeah, I was in the same position there. I was like, oh my god, you could actually pull this off. I think he had a smoke as well, and
yeah,
if he had only had that $400 kit, what a round that could have been. Instead, MSU grab it. No issues there. Again, I guess if you're hoping for a ninja defuse for your first round, you're in a really bad state, Wisconsin. Still, though, luckily enough, you've been able to take off overpass against your opponents here, so you should be able to take off any map against a team like MSU. But there you go, Butter, able to deliver that first opening frag and make it a second op shot. Not connected. The flash been good as well. And it's going to be maybe a chance, but look at this. It's just a constant story here, isn't it? It's good, strong starts, but I don't think Blade in this 1v4 will be able to deliver.
For once, Wisconsin in the driver's seat. And I was just starting to wonder, you know, is this possible? To see like a 16-0 or something crazy, but I don't think that's going to happen. And it definitely is not going to happen now. As, by the way, I don't know if you saw, Aiden has caution tape or whatever around his hands for his gloves.
Really?
And yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking, how is that like good for your grip? That stuff's slippery, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Like
yeah, you're gonna be dropping on. Oh yeah, there it is. He's got a lot wrapped around there, but yeah, maybe it's just a decal. I mean, that's hoping.
Yeah.
Still, you're gotta be careful with those things. You're stuff all over the place. Don't be dropping that.
Yeah. Probably not too bad. Either way, op for either side. Butter the one to pick that up this time. Zamga has been playing with it, but whenever the double op came out, Butter had that secondary one, so I believe. And Wisconsin. So, what is their hope here for this half, Cole? Because they've won a single round. They could get 4. Is that even plausible? Is that even winnable?
You can string 4 together, then that can give you a bit of momentum heading into the second half. It looks like it's a possibility here, depending on what Aiden can do. He's not dropping his gun, though. Instead, he's finding kills here. And so far, it's Wisconsin dropping their chances at this round as it enters into a 2v1 with such a strong start in these fights. They're going to be spotted out here. That's information given over to the remainder. Aaron's Fury knows now. Oh, it's right below you, though. He thought it was up the ladder. And again, all of these ladder noises are being heard. So Aaron's Fury, his position well read. Zamga going to meet him on the B bomb site here. It's brilliant. They know exactly where each other are. No doubt about it. Smoke goes in. I believe that's towards the left side of generator. I'm not sure. But it's going to take a while to land.
Maybe that's towards A? Might be towards A. Or maybe mid. Either way.
Could have heard the grates there.
Yeah. And Zamga is indeed aware.
Only not towards elevator. Oh, Zamga closes it. All the right utility right there, just not in the right places, unfortunately. For the side over at Aaron's Fury. Nice attempt at the clutch, but Zamga, even better. 1v2 converted. That's huge.
I'm going to have to go back and see where that smoke lands. That would have been very interesting.
It was a jump throw. And it makes me think that it landed towards the left side of generator.
Yeah,
it was
mid,
very, very high.
Right. Yeah. Either way, question for another day, or at least for another time, is this is penultimate round before the half. And second round for Wisconsin. Off the back of that, Zamga clutch. It's double off once again. H-N down to an MP9 for the trouble, but playing close, and oh, that's unfortunate. Oof. He's just giving away his position. But even more unfortunate, he's taking so much damage from the molly, and the H-Heat on the follow-up has chipped him down even further. His
teammate's gone down in the meantime. Eddie Calmet delivers a kill here. That's a huge 4v5 start with the low HP bars. This is going to be realistically in 11-4 half. It's looking likely. Attacks towards mid, come through. Aiden gives up his position, and there you go. More of the same here for these two sides. One, Zamga, looking to meet them on the A bomb site, but the left and right smokes are coming down. Just the left one is, not the right one. Join them. HE could finish the job.
He's just waiting for that plant. There it goes. Does nothing
look at damage. Oh, but the flank. Butter. Chance. Catches one. Pop out. Mark Boss was quite ready for it. Looking for the flicks here. He's got the goalies out. 1 and 2 delivered. 2 guns, 2 kills right there. 3 in the round. And MSU take that one away. Oh my god. Mark Boss asserting his dominance right there in the Wild West.
I take back all the negative things that I've said about the Doolies. I was, stand corrected. I just hadn't seen them in the hand of a true master like Mark.
Oh wow, so very bold again. We've seen a lot of just style points delivered on this matchup. These two teams. Right now they're looking for the closer. We got the unsilenced Stim 4. Doolies are being brought out. P90s, everything.
MP9s across the board for 3 players on Wisconsin and a couple of rifles.
Spotted.
This is a straight up B push. Methodical. That opening. Give it a second. Blade. The back of a double flash by Aaron, making it very much look easy.
Goes through the smoke, delivers 2 kills and catches the bomb planter. Aiden is going to bash him, but there's a fast flank coming through. MP9 from long range, and Mark Boss missing that shot isn't going to help out either. Has to isolate these fools. He's got the Doolies out. Again, the Wild West here, but Wavy, too much distance on that. Not quite the master enough to connect all of those headshots required. And it will be 3-12 here. MSU, they cement themselves a solid half. But a bit of life shown from Wisconsin. It's certainly going to require a pistol round in this one, or at least a bomb plant, if they want to bounce back into this match. But we'll take 3 better than 0.
That's true. You know, it is always the position where, unless it's 15-0, it could always be worse. And Wisconsin, I think they're going to have to take that tact here if they want to have any sort of positivity as they move in towards the second. This being their map pick, well, they're not going to be wanting to remind themselves of that, but I remind you because this is potential for map number 3, Mirage, to be, if it is indeed Michigan State to close. But Wisconsin here with an opportunity to try and pull the comeback. And you know how many, I feel like I've seen so many comebacks here on Vertigo. This is the comeback map, in my opinion.
See that late start. And a pistol round could help them out, certainly. But Trev Boss again delivering on these pistol rounds. He's gotten himself a third as well. Single-handedly shutting this one down. But Zemga and Eddie Comet, they got some answers. And low HP bar here right around the corner. Trev Boss. Maybe spotted one way or another. Maybe not. Eddie Comet not clearing that left angle. Now would you think there would be more players on the B-bomb site? There's still one in the back of Pillar. And Zamka with no control of the bomb is just going to meet the fight. 3 kills to find it. They're all chasing him down with low HP. Zamka finds the first. Finds a second. Cannot find the third, though. As Aaron's Fury barely holds on. But Zamka almost made that an unreal clutch.
Yeah, I think that's the confidence of MSU showing pretty clearly on that one. I like those stickers.
Yeah,
Nicely,
the new ones.
Yeah.
And Tropic's always nice to see. I like the green. I always like the green stickers. It was why I was a big fan of Flipside back in the day when they were still playing about. You get those green stickers on a green gun and your life is good.
I still got some Flipside stickers somewhere. Deep in the vault of my my Steam account, though. Either way, I think Wisconsin are going to have to reach deep inside the vault of the strat book if they want to try and bring this back. I don't know if I would have enough strats on Vertigo to make this work, but I have the feeling that they're going to be doing a little better than I would have been doing here regardless. 13-3 is tough.
It's going to be no easy comeback, and I think it kind of has to kick off with a round here in the victory column for University of Wisconsin, considering they're going for the full investment. 4 spies, Khalil as the best weapon. It's never a good sign. Definitely not. There's a bit of a troll buy here. I would say troll. It's a bit risky when you're up against weapons like this. You got MP9s and MP5s to play auto shotties, and well, they just were getting spammed down to the smoke, mowed on through. As Aaron's Fury looking to defend this B side here with the auto shotties, delivers 1 kill in, but an immediate response to Tech 9 from Wavy. And again, in such a good position, Wisconsin could grab this round.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you just see Tech 9 versus ridiculousness of this. And what a great shot from Blade, one after another. He's got to. We're going to get this final frag. Oh, able to bring it close, but welcome to the clutch, baby. Trev able to shut it down despite his 22 HP. It's going to be the 14th for Michigan State University is Wisconsin Madison. Well, they've got to do it, or try to do it, once again here with another force.
I mean, luckily enough, they made that last round expensive here, and with the bomb plant, that'll deliver them some AKs and Galils, much better than the previous Tech 9 and Mac 10 buy that you had in the last round. So, again, I won't count Wisconsin out of this round. In fact, I consider them favorable in the firepower department. Definitely not utility. They are a bit lacking there. Still.
They don't have nothing either. I mean, they could put something together, but...
That's what you were hoping for right there. 2 open frags. Eddie Comet on the fadeaway is going to find one straight through the smoke. Delivers it back on the blade, but it doesn't come free of charge here. Still at 50 HP for him. Could be evened out there as Mark Boss. He's quite low as well. This is... I mean, if they don't grab this one, it's map point, and we're heading into Mirage pretty much. Unless he can take 12 rounds in a row.
Yeah, that's certainly a tall task. So, control it. Flashbang misses. Eddie, good for a second. This time he can see his opponent. 3v3. MSU sort of rethinking. Aaron. 90. Is that an Asimov? Yeah, I think it's so.
Yeah. Gotta be careful though, heading back into B. Don't expect this forward posturing, and Aaron's Fury just finds himself a freebie. It's hard to trade as well.
When in doubt, get more aggressive. That's a Trigon, by the way, not an Asimov. I don't know what I'm thinking.
By the way, they're closing the distance here in this round. It's Trev Boss to close out in this 1v2 here. Low key on the one player. Oh, but he's low himself. Wavy leaves him into the 1v1. He's holding the angle. Headshot angle from Wavy. He doesn't go for the full stick. It's wise. Keeps Trev Boss on his toes and delivers Wisconsin a lifeline, although it's slim, but to try and close this out in regulation.
Yeah, this lifeline that you so eloquently called it is
Slim.
Yeah, it's an attempt. Still, MSU in control by a lot, and I think I gotta see a lot more before I'm calling it a comeback. Put it that way. That one too. Making a third there by Wavy. Both of the rifles are still alive, but here's one of them. Trying to take the fight, and with the help of the Molly EHN, even wins it with the long-range Mac 10er.
Yeah, Mark Boss closing out as well. He's looking for some fun, and none of it being had here. No funny business from University of Wisconsin as they quickly topple the economy here of MSU. Punish the force buy, and you're right. We both have to see a whole lot more before we are convinced of this comeback being a reality. I think the only good sign is here that they have toppled that economy here. Double digits is what I would like to see before we ever see MSU hit 15. If I see that, then maybe I can start to believe. But if they can hit 15, if they can gather one of these rounds, then maybe it could be curtains and mirage in the field.
Just an eco round, but dropping down here and still playing frag. AK collected. That's going to be from Mark. Give him the old helping hand. Wavy. Good job from Wavy to kind of keep things reasonable. Dualies. Okay. His shut down is all I need.
Yeah, very clean stuff right there delivered from the side of Michigan State. My apologies, Wisconsin. As they do hold on to decent buy once again. Michigan State, they'll get themselves some weapons to be brought out here. It's all anyone that says is no ops. They have plenty of risk to go for a bit of, not the full buy-in. Obviously, they could play conservative and keep up the half buys coming through and maybe allow Wisconsin to slip through that way. But you're going to go for a full investment instead, lacking that head armor, but no big deal. Against plenty of AKs here, so it won't be a problem. It's early control delivered here from the side of Wisconsin.
Little lacking on util here, MSU on the defense, but otherwise, by the way, that's an Asimov. Pretty gun. I do like that skin a lot, but blade on the flash, and it's perfect. Anti-comet had no idea what hit him. EHN couldn't even attempt a refrag. Well, now he is going to try, but whilst that's happening, Trev's already found one, and it is not successful. Putter does finally trade back to Trev. It's left all on Zamga. 1v4.
Oh, it's all individual duels. Everyone took the fights, and it did kind of go heavily in the way of MSU right there. All of the 1v1s that were taking place firmly in favor of Michigan State. Mirage now, this is kind of the caveat I was talking about. You don't really want to give them 15 points. One away to close when you still have so far to catch up. And right there, they've given it plenty of room to work with. Now, if MSU don't win this one, it's likely that they will before Wisconsin ever get a chance to grab that 15 mark here. But they're going back for some early ARAM control, something that's been working for them pretty well. No things though, and Aiden has free range, but quick trade from Wavy to deliver an answer back, and Butter even finds his success as well.
Mark answering back for now. 2 versus 3. MSU still on that. Mark doing well. Blade all alone, 1 versus 2. He's gonna catch out the first. Blade versus Zamga. Flash going over the top. It's very clear where he's coming from now. Zamga can play it passively, and oh man, the timing is. Oh, here we go. The fuse, hit in hand. Flashbang is out. Taking the shot. No!
Oh, wow.
No, not like this! 16-6. Michigan State University are picking up map 2, and that is the pick that was supposed to be Wisconsin-Madison's Wow. I cannot believe how dominant that map 2 was.
And Vertigo looked very, very easy for MSU, and it does just give me so much question marks as to what the difference was here from Overpass and Vertigo. You know, obviously Wisconsin, they picked it because they were comfortable, but MSU showed them a clinic on that CT side, and then just delivered enough on the CT side, well, clinic on the T side. And I think that is a bit of a credit to them making sure that they're playing consistent. They were flashing a lot of those angles, not allowing for Wisconsin to have free range with ops, free range for picking, free range with the setups that they had. So brilliant recovery from MSU to take it into a third.
So we head into Mirage. Is there really hope for Wisconsin-Madison to pull this back, Cole?
I mean, I would have to assume that the answer has to be yes at this point. I think that they should be able to pull off a victory, just judging by how dominant they looked on Overpass. But we're going to need to see the same team, because it wasn't the case on Vertigo. They were different. They were a whole shell of themselves from what we last saw in the first map. And it was bizarre to see the transition and kind of collapse there, because it looks like MSU get their side selection in the half here. They'll take that CT side, I'm sure. But I'm interested to see if they can recover. I feel like they kind of ran out of gas after a victory on Overpass.
Yeah, run out of gas. That's a really good point. Well, as you and I know, refills, they're pretty expensive right now. So gotta make sure to get back into this one. And, well, on top of that, I think that we saw a big difference in MSU as well.
Mm-hmm.
They were a team that simply felt unmatched in the firepower over on Vertigo. And against a team that's good at Vertigo, that was sort of surprising to me. I made a point as we left, though, that the difference in a team that plays Vertigo at a very high level and a team that plays Vertigo at a level below is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on a map like Mirage, the meta is so set in stone that you aren't going to see huge differences in strategy come to fruition like you would on Vertigo. So for that reason, I hold out a little bit of hope, at least for Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't think you're too far of a stretch there to hold out some hope here for the side of Wisconsin here. As I do believe MSU decided to switch over into the CT side here and attempt their luck at trying to pull off another dominant defensive setup. It looked like their better side on Overpass. We didn't get to see too much on their CT side on Vertigo here. As an A execute coming through. It's just a retake setup, more standard, more of the standard meta stuff coming through from the side of the defense. Blade actually stuck around, and they're closing the distance. Eddie Comet jumping around the corner, still delivers one. The P2K perfect with these close range arrangements right there. Nice 2 quick kills, but look at that. Putter is on fire in this pistol round, delivers 2 back.
3v3. This is pretty good on the post plants. But this is going to have to be perfect. And oh, Butter. Give him more. Have to flash, but not going to hit it. Oh, Trev!
Oh, wow.
Trev has just answered the call. It's all into Sam. Got P250 in hand. He's the raid boss. He's got the armor behind him. He knows he's got to make a move. Move he does. Shot is on point. Low HP for Trev. Time is not on his side either, and that's Zamgo with the frag. The raid boss comes to fruition. And Michigan, well, they are unfortunately down by a little bit. I think we got the side swapped up either way, but yeah, Michigan should be on the defense here. Wisconsin on the offense.
Rust into Zamgo we do, and they do not pay for it. Wisconsin placing their trust in him with that P250 was worth its weight in gold, looking clean to close right there with in a position where Trev Boss, he was on fire with some of those kills. So nice denial of the clutch in a 2v1 as they look to move their way onto a force by MSU. Full investment, 2 scouts in play here. Risky, but reward. A lot of those scouts positioned to try and take some fights towards A side of things here. As that smoke fades away though, Butter gonna get caught in no man's land, totally off guard. Flashing sword B triggers a fast execution towards this side of the map. They're gonna be forced to play this retake of the B bomb site. It's never easy to do, especially with lacking weaponry.
But the problem is now there's an AK. Trev has that on point. That's fantastic on the backside. Not good enough for a second though. Oh, this is dangerous. Zamgo with that win should be able to confirm, but 3 for Trev already. Could get the ace. He would need it to win it. These 2 players, though, very split in the time it's ticking. Not a lot left. And Trev backing away. Just barely going to get out in time as well. A big giveaway there by Butter by missing the timing up in the mid area. Gives Trev a gun, a big gun, and he finds 3 frags with it.
Yeah, huge stuff right there from Trev. Makes it expensive, and I think he'll be able to have some good use with that AK in this next one. It depends on how he's able to work it, but I'm sure they'll try and have him go aggressively. Trev Boss, I think that Mark Boss thought that there was a upgraded pistol that he could have gotten his hands on too, but he had only a USP, so some nades being tossed back and forth here. Trev Boss is going to go solo towards the B side of things. This is exactly where you want him, considering the current map position from Wisconsin. You can see they're all heading towards B.
Yeah, and you can see that Wisconsin, they're purchased up heavily. Any deaths here on this round are going to be really expensive ones, and for that reason, Wisconsin playing very slow, very methodical, wanting to give too much of anything away. And oh my goodness, what a shot! And even more, Trev with 2. Recovering the AK as well. This is so scary for Wisconsin.
You leave Wavy on 8 HP. Trev Boss is worth his weight in gold with that AK saved over. He's going to try and pick it up, but Boost spotted out. EHN fighting his way out of the situation because he's only the man that can do it. The only man with HP to his name, and he's found himself so much. 2 kills delivered from him. Wavy's found himself 1. It's still a 2v2 even situation. The lacking firepower here. Aaron's Fury spots him. Oh, but he's missed his shot. He's missed his opportunity on the 1 HP player. Wavy would have only required 1, but Aaron's Fury missed it. Both playing inside of sight here. Angle being an advantage for Blade. Now ringing around the rosy for EHN. Patience paying off here as he plays himself to perfection, but Aaron's Fury closes it. And MSU with 1 AK and 4 USPs gets the job done.
What a big double kill from Trev. What a huge double kill. He disrupts everything, and Butter once again gets punished in mid by a USPS.
Ugh.
That's
Unbelievable.
It's just unacceptable is what it is. You can't let that happen. You know, Madison, really struggling there in a round that had a full $300 invested.
And I guess it's a good time to mention that I think a big catalyst to that early start for the side of MSU was the fact that they gathered so much momentum off the pistol round the following. And the fact that Wisconsin won it and in good fashion with a nice clutch from Zamka ordered well, but it's quickly knifed here. So now that they execute coming quickly as well, looking to defend here. Flashbangs in return here. So many counter flashes. Eddie coming. It's good for the entry. There's a gap that Mark Boss is looking to take though.
Solid on that entry, all things considered. But are on the trade and 4v4. Damage done. Push now coming big. Here we go. Both frags going the way of the defense. Eddie able to find 1 more, but it's all he can find. It's all anyone can find here for Madison. As 3 players push forward to get the defuse and find some AKs to boot.
Very nice. Tied up 2-2 right there. And the clean retake, I think that was a bit responsible with the fact that they did not have the best post plants. They didn't have any control towards CT spawn. They had no control over towards jungle, which, you know, it isn't always required, but when you have 3 players tucked into on site, it's sure nice to have. So the fact that they didn't have that for them in their way, I think made that post plant very tricky.
I mean, they could have even had some control over in towards ramp.
Yeah.
And that would have been better, but you're right, nothing at all.
Through the smoke. And towards connector, they're all moving quickly. Hello, Mark Boss sees everybody, but there is teammates around him, and they all spray him down there. Recovery being made, but Mark Boss, poor Mark Boss, he was in for a rude awakening there.
He really stared down the gauntlet there, didn't he? As everybody watching. Really well recovered, though, from MSU. Like you said, to, you know, have that sort of pace thrown at you. A Mark going down so fast as well. Only finds 1. And they're able to clean it up immediately thereafter. Wisconsin now back on the bye after 1 save round. It's Michigan with the lead now, but 2 ops as well. Looks like they're going very early for that double op setup, and it works.
So So far, it's a great start for the double op. Mark Boss and Aaron's free 3 kills with the ops to fill the feed. A worthy investment in this round so far, man. What an absurdity. As EHN goes down as well. The ops just might get the job done single-handedly. Butter taking the fight from multiple different angles. It's a flawless round answer back. Michigan State University, they lost Overpass, but man, the response afterwards has looked so very dominant.
It's 4-2, but I don't know that it feels like this was a pistol round win from Wisconsin. It feels like Michigan State have just had control the whole time. That really is what, despite the fact that they really haven't. So much found in so little time for MSU as Wisconsin back onto the save. That gun round was flash in the pan.
I mean, I think that's the only way to put it here. Back towards A, though. Once again, a relatively passive setup here. Only one defender in CT spawn. That's the Upper Baron's Fury. And imagine there's smokes ahead his way as well. Alice pop inbound. How many players can he deny access to the site here? It's only one. He's going to get closed in, but he delivers. That's insane. Zamka going to find him, and Zamka has to do a lot with the op, but they never give him a chance. No bomb plant either. As they will take 5. Cleanly done. Only one going down. That's going to build up some bank. Look at this.
I mean, look at Aiden, 12K, played 12K before the buys, and Aaron pretty close on that. He's now at 8K afterwards. I mean, you're right. So much cash. That's 3 flawless rounds in a row, or near flawless rounds in a row. Yes, one player going down in the last, but just one. Incredible.
Such a strong start. Inside the flame, Zamga almost had it for bold play, but he doesn't get punished for missing his first opportunity because he has a second delivered from Mark Boss. Beacon out on top of the stairs, and the adjustment from Zamga to watch that cross and in towards stairs is perfectly read. Bit of overextension punished right there.
I think a bit of overconfidence. Punished maybe is a bit more accurate, but nonetheless, overconfidence or overzealousness, regardless of what it is, it's netted to death. And well, the same can be said for poor Butter, who's not had a very good start. Laid on the off angle, good for 1 before trading. Swing and a miss. At least not for Aaron's Fury, who is hitting shots left, right, and center.
Bombs down in the full control of the A side of things. Fast flank coming through as well. The flashbang, none of this flanking being heard at the moment. Goes off the line towards triple. That's a big connection. Wavy delivers, but again, the flank is kind of a ticking time bomb at the moment. Red Boss always going to be winning this round here if he at least delivers 1 and could find 2. Silencer, that's the first kill. That's the second. They don't turn around in time. They never even knew it. 6-2 right there. As MSU win another clean round.
It's hard to anticipate that flank. It's so quick. Or at least it feels quick. It's actually not that quick in the round, but because you haven't really found any entry in towards the site, it feels very fast if you're the T side, and that's why it's so hard to anticipate. So 6-2. This string of rounds, 6 in a row, it's been lightning fast. And before that smoke and bop, Baron's Fury has the try. And the push in towards mid, good for nothing but loss. As Mark gonna have to take out the pistol and does go down to Butter, but Butter is left wanting in the health department. And Wisconsin are down to 2.
Rushing in the apartment side of things here. I mean, close range comment. How fast can you shoot with that MAC-10? There's a flank as well. Butter waiting for it though. Any comment? That's exactly what you need. That's one prong of the approach here. They're not going to expect market either. Butter can cut off rotations here. This could be a bit awkward. Catwalk though, it never got cleared. Aiden, days a day there. Butter going to find it. Oh, okay. A little bit too antsy on the trigger right there. Couldn't find the frag. And it delivers MSU a 7th round. Huge stuff from them.
Yeah, but look, MSU, this is where they just, peek into their very deep pockets and pull out some of the cash that they've been saving. And they still have plenty to work with even after the buy. There's still 10K plus on 2 players and 8K for Trev. It is a pretty decent eco round, all things considered. Does force a couple of rebuys for MSU. Wisconsin with their timeout. An understandable timeout as well. What do you think's been going wrong? What can they change? What can they do in a round like this?
I mean, honestly, it has been them lacking in some of the utility department. The double ops in a lot of these gun rounds have been so heavily punished. And it's also lacking in different prongs to the approach. You can see straight A executes, you've seen straight B executes, but what you haven't seen is some of that mid-defaulting control net themselves access in towards parts of the map that they really desire and parts of the map that they want to execute on. And right now you're kind of seeing the same thing in the minimap. They're not adjusting. It's just 5 players in apartments that they're going to try and hit B with.
They've only like 6 butters first mid, and it's so fast. Here's the push. 1 for 1 on the side, going down. Aiden now finds more. Stray connecting. Give him 3 on that. And it's going to be Mark to close it out with the op. And you're right, one-dimensional. That is the name of the game for Wisconsin-Madison. And MSU, well, that one dimension that Wisconsin are playing in, they've got a lock.
Yeah, no kidding. They'll just take a firing range any day of the week, and it's just more of the same. Just a full execute towards the B-bomb site, you're risking it all with no presence elsewhere on the map. Just a straight B rush, and I mean, honestly, not even like early utility to try and help handle us a B rush. It was just, smokes from apartments here, and Zamga held quick headshot, but you're going 1 for 1 for Zamga. And again, we've talked about how much of a useful piece of the puzzle he's been. The fact that he only gets 1 would be a huge help for Michigan State to continue their success.
Yeah, and the other piece of that puzzle, EA10 has been, I don't want to say struggling on map 2 and now map 3, but has simply not been the same force as we would expect and as we saw back on the first. And it's very dispatching Butter, who also has been struggling. And this is kind of that, so you're taking late mid control now, but it feels too little too late, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to work mid control always against an op and connector that has a smoke, and you're never really pressing the issue from underpass either. So even their mid defaults seem a bit one-sided in terms of where exactly they want to hit it from. It's again feeling like they're a little bit out of chances in terms of recovery. They're calling timeouts. They're trying to adjust, but I don't know if they have the right answers here. And I guess the work out of apartments, it's a good chance to catch them off guard.
There's one player here to defend. That's going to be in CT. He's not actively holding the site. His Blade. That bit of information. He's going to swing. And not going to miss at all. Blade. Both those frags easily taken. And, one thing you could add, you're saying, I'm not sure where or what adjustment needs to be made. I'd love to see Wisconsin, if they're going to try for that mid information, number 1, wait for the smoke. Don't allow a free shot for the op to take one of you out early on. You don't have to rush it. All you got to do, smoke out the extremities and then maybe pull somebody in through underpass, 1 or 2. Try to get a boost up into window. Try to find something, work something off catwalk. All of those things are an option, but it seems whenever mid-control is the idea, Wisconsin, they are pushing it very, very fast. And, well, MSU clearly know what to do against that.
Yeah, and I think one of the bigger issues as well is that there's an op and connector that continuously picks them off. And they have to find an answer for that, whether that be a molly, whether that be delaying the take and maybe trying to fake some A presence to keep the opper's attention away from middle and more towards the A side of things. But either way, you need to stop dying so often to that op and connector, because it's been so hard to take that part of the map control when you just have free range from Mark Boss and Aaron's Fury as well towards top mid. They're going for in fast cap split here. Speed and watch, and Mark Boss is going to take a shot through the smoke connection. Aaron's Fury watching the ladder room, and it's just more of the same, isn't it?
Pace isn't the problem here. I don't think that at all is really plaguing Wisconsin, but clearly Wisconsin feel that is the case as they continue to try pacey plays, continue to try to catch Michigan off guard, and continue to fail.
Yeah, no kidding. It's got to be maybe a little bit toned down here, but they at least did try and split that B side, and I give them the benefit of the doubt there with only pistols that they had to work with. Now with rifles, can they take that same approach and have success towards mid? Maybe even success towards the bomb site as well. It's going to be more aggression. Oh, but they missed his window smoke because he's blocked it. Aaron's Fury, not even intentional as he jumps out the window, and that allows for Mark Boss to just rain terror. 3 kills with the op. Oh my god. They threw the window smoke. They had a great opportunity, but Aaron's Fury just uses the body. Sacrificing the body for the win right there, and he runs down mid. He's spotted here. They're going to give up a few guns. I mean, a few ops. That can easily be retrieved right there. MSU onto 11. My god, what a string of luck right there from Aaron's Fury.
Yeah, bad luck if you're Wisconsin-Madison, of course, and you got to feel a little bit for them in that
Yeah,
one.
that's a heartbreaker.
I mean, we've been talking about, we've been kind of banging on the drum of, hey, make an adjustment with your mid control, and they did. They threw the window smoke from all the way back, and they were gonna wait on it to pop, but it's that round that gets blocked out. Tough luck.
Yeah, you have to feel bad about that one, no questions there. As they do sneak their way out for Blade. Okay, knifes out the Blade. He gets caught up for an auto sniper. Uh-oh. Takes down 2 there. The man advantage back into the favor of Aaron's Fury, but he's limited on HP. This time CT spawn control's taken. 2 players moving in quickly, and Eddie Comet and Zamka gonna have to do the heavy lifting in this round here. Aid. Okay, no, that's the smoke instead. Lands on the feet of Eddie Comet here. No one's sticking the bomb just yet. How has he gone down? Zamka burns 100-0 to the molly, at least 30-0. Eddie Comet sticking around in the smoke, and I think he's gonna get lost here a little bit. I'm sure where the bomb's coming out. It's gonna be a full stick in.
Unfortunate. Michigan. What a great hold. What great communication. They get away with one.
Uh-oh.
And oh boy. One dak wasn't enough. Surely 3 will be plenty.
Now, are you calling him a what?
The dak.
The Dak.
The
Right.
auto.
Just
Never
getting
heard that one?
All of the telescopes as well. I've never heard of that. No, I haven't.
I can't recall where that's from, to be honest. I'll have to look which caster that was back in the day. I want to say it was Bardoff, but
That sounds about right.
either way, effectiveness is questionable.
I don't know if they know he's in the window either. Yeah, they certainly didn't. Butter. That's a free flank right there, but the auto is raining terror. Down in connector. No one towards a ramp yet. Oh, he's too late. Eddie Comet and T-Spawn of all things. They all try and take individual fights versus the auto sniper on top ticket, and none of it goes their way. Eddie Comet, how you gotten here? I think they've even team killed, or at least tried to keep Blade low to deny the ace.
He was where you buy guns. Oh boy.
Oh, this is no fun. Oh,
Well.
and the jump spot?
I'm sure Michigan State are having a blast.
Jumping double from Cold, but this time auto vision. Only one live. Always goes, what? Got so many shots off.
Those no scopes, they just aren't. They don't quite hit the same. There's the ace for Blade. At least he gets the ace. 20 kills in the half for him off that ace. Nobody on double digits either for UW. And 2 rounds on the pistol and none to follow. That was the story of Mirage, half number 1. And, well, I should say maybe add on lots of pain.
Yeah.
But that's sort of, I guess, given considering the scoreline.
Yeah, 13 strung together is a bit of a brutal one here. I think that Wisconsin, they certainly have ran out of power. They're all out here. Trap Boss delivers an A kill. And the walking in apartments is going to cause some rotation surely here. Aggression in towards B. Trap Boss delivers another. They're all rotating off of B, but little do they know there's everyone heading in that way. Wavy has stuck around here. Good for 2. And it leaves it into the equalize 2. He's trying to sneak through the gap there in towards window. Not able to, Aiden, but he sticks around for the headshot still. And it's Zam got quick on the flank, rather. And he's going to be able to maybe have an opportunity in this 2v1.
Maybe. Possible. There's Zeka. Okay. Missing shot. That's not good.
Oh.
He does eventually hit one, but Aiden hits him right after the fact. Aiden's got some crazy sensitivity, I think.
Yeah, he's moving around pretty quickly. I think Aaron's Fury's making fun of him with his snappiness over there. I can see it. Giving him a hard time.
MP5s. Is the MP5... So, I lean on you, my friend. as the knower of meta for Counter Strike, but ZP5 found a space, or is this just not normal?
I would. There's certain players. It's a movement, a small movement, very light, revolutionary. There's no boss though. He's moving towards B in a similar fashion, but I mean it's effective.
It's not horrible. I
like
just
it.
was wondering.
I don't know. It's pretty individual in terms of players picking up. I think if I remember this correctly, Elige uses that one quite a bit. It's always
You're right. Yeah.
interesting to me when Tier 1 pros use it, because then I know there's something to it. Because when you're playing it in Tier 1, you're risking a lot of money for a troll pick right there, and I don't think anyone in Tier 1 play is willing to do that.
No, I don't. I would agree. They've seen something at least that gives them an advantage at some point. Either way, I mean, having a silencer, something to be said. Zamga, not really sure what that smoke was before. But some damage for it. Lots of damage, in fact. Blade. Nearly going down.
Here.
But it doesn't matter. That's the real question. Maybe.
Second, though, that's a real issue. EHN last alive, and you're exactly right. I don't think it will matter too much at the end of the day, because Aaron's Furious clock is going to finish the job right there. What a shot delivered right there. And MSU, 15, match point. And I believe it has been 8 rounds that has been given over to Wisconsin so far in this best of 3 in the reverse sweep. It just goes to show that I don't think we're too far off in considering the fact that Overpass should have been pretty easily in way of MSU. And the fact that Wisconsin grabbed it was a bit mind-blowing at the time here. It's going to leave them worse for in the spy as well.
Yeah, I think we got to just give credit to Wisconsin, the fact that they were able to pull that off. Because, you know, to be fair, it just doesn't really make any logical sense when, you know, when you think about the rest of this series, unless it's just they had a writable map.
There's an effective MP9 right there. Blade shouldn't get good for 2. He's not. It's taken down on the other side of the map, though. 8 collapses at the seams here. And call it curtains wavy. 1v4 to save the day. And it is going to be only 8 delivered. MSU. They had a full tank left in them after Overpass, but Wisconsin, they were running on empty after that map victory here. It's wavy. Unable to find Aiden. And what an incredible reverse sweep delivered from MSU. It showed that they had no signs of stopping after Vertigo. Mirage was even easier.
Yeah, wavy. Unfortunately, the only thing he's going to do is waving goodbye to the chances of Wisconsin in this play-in.
Yeah, we feel great after that game. It was a little rough in the start, but you know we got in the motion of things and took the dub.
So that start, what the heck happened?
Honestly, we had Aaron, because we all like live really close to each other, and like Aaron and Trevor like roommates and all that stuff. So they Trev was on his way back home, and honestly, Aaron was booting up his PC for him. We didn't really get a lot of warm up time. I know CS was not working for Mark, so I mean, we just had a little rough start getting warmed up, all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could kind of see some of the lacking in warm-up, and I kind of figured that because in map 2 and 3, you guys were a totally different team. Vertigo looked really easy for you. Mirage was even more easier. So in the game plan for your T side, what was the real thought process for going more so towards the B side of things a lot of the rounds?
Towards the B things, we really have a execute really lined up. I feel like we know our spots, we know what we're doing, and I feel like it was really easy for us to just go in and take the site. I wasn't really I feel like it was just kind of our game plan, really. Just find the weaknesses, and we just took them.
Yeah.
Well, so unfortunately last year, y'all made it all the way to the grand finals. Unfortunately come up short to VCU.
Yeah.
But now you have to play against Davenport, a team that really wasn't on the map last year. In order to make it in towards this playoff, you've already had an unfortunate loss to them this season. How is this going to be different as you look to play them in the conference championship?
Actually, we played them in the Oktoberfest tournament, and we actually played really well. We brought them to overtime, won a map, and really close on the third map. And honestly, I feel like we're going to bring our A game. and I feel like we're definitely ready for them now. I mean, honestly, we had like for that Oktoberfest, we had like 30 minutes of warm up time before, because when we went to Davenport the previous time in the regular season for CSL, we didn't really prep at all. We didn't really think about much. We kind of just said, well, we'll just try to beat them, you know? And then we started in the server for like 30 minutes just before, worked some things out, and then beat them on their own map pick. So felt good, you know? So I feel like we're definitely ready for Davenport.
Well, I hope that y'all can pull it back. It would be fantastic to see y'all in another grand final, maybe to pick it up this time. Blade, before we let you go, anybody you want to shout out or say hello to?
Just shout out to all the boys watching, everyone from MSU, all their friends, and shout out to my girlfriend Soleil. Yeah, that's it.
Well, heck yeah. We appreciate you coming on. Sorry for the audio troubles, and we appreciate you. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
And with that in mind, the first series is all over Michigan State. Man, domination there in map 2 and 3, but I gotta say it was clear, kind of getting the information from Blade, that hey, they were coming in very little prep, at least with regard to getting warmed up. I think that we could say it was very obvious on the server. I think I said even in the cast that this is just not the same level that I'm used to seeing MSU play. But still, congrats to Wisconsin for pulling off a map, but it does mean that their playoff berth is over, and MSU now to move on towards Davenport.